Back at Memorial Stadium, Sul Ross State kicking off to Midwestern State as we get ready to begin this football game. Carlos Arreola kicking off for Sul Ross State. Midwestern State comes in 2-3. The kickoff is taken at the goal line and coming right to the 20, to the 25, and tackled as he reaches the 25-yard line is Devin Cross returning the kick for Midwestern State. So Cross, who has been the leading rusher for Midwestern State, getting a chance to return a kickoff. He's gained 392 yards on 52 carries as the Mustangs' leading rusher. And he's in the backfield along with Andrew Knable, the redshirt freshman out of Gerald. Played against Kingsville, threw for about 250 yards, had a couple of touchdown passes, both to DeMonte Green, and threw 2 interceptions in that game. But in general, Rich Renner and Billy Reebok and the coaching staff were pleased with the way Knable played in Kingsville. Midwestern State with the football to begin the game tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 24. Little swing pass to Cross, who's got blocking, and then gets twisted down as he gets close to the 29-yard line. Elijah Gomez, a senior defensive back out of Pearland, in on the tackle. Football is spotted at the 29-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 5 for Midwestern State. The Mustangs bring Green, split out wide to the right side with Jimmy Trilla in the slot. One receiver split to the left side. The running back is on the right hip of the quarterback, Knable, who brings Justin White in motion right to left. Hands off, and Midwestern State is going to be stopped short of a 1st down at around the 32-yard line. Call it 3rd and 2 for Midwestern State. The football marked just shy of the Mustangs' 33.
Mustangs with the first 3rd down of the night. 3rd and 2.
Midwestern State looking to convert on 3rd down. They've done so only 33% of the time this season. Handoff. Cross. He's across the 35 to the 36-yard line, picking up a 1st down on 3rd and 2. Midwestern State converts. And that was Jalen March on the carry for Midwestern State. March coming in at running back. Trilla and Green go to the right side of the formation. Adam Johnson is a receiver to the left with a slot on the left side as well. Knable throws a quick out to the left side, and then streaking down the left sideline is Adam Johnson. He's got another 1st down. He's into Sul Ross territory, forced out of bounds near the 45-yard line of the Lobos. 1st and 10, Midwestern State.
1st and 10 from the Lobos 45.
Knable has now completed his first 2 passes, and Midwestern State has it 1st and 10 at the Sul Ross 45-yard line after an 18-yard completion to Johnson on a quick out. 2 receivers to the right, wing on the right. Receiver split left, handoff Jalen March trying to get around the corner. He's to the 40 and is stood up as he gets close to the 35-yard line and is pushed backwards. His forward progress is going to be marked stopped at the 36-yard line. We've played nearly 3 minutes. Midwestern State has gone from its own 24-yard line to the Sul Ross 36-yard line. 2 completed passes on this drive for 23 yards, and Midwestern State has also rushed the ball 3 times for 17 yards. 2 receivers left with Justin White in the slot on the left side. A receiver to the right is Adam Johnson. Jalen March takes the handoff. Finds a hole between left guard and left tackle. Just lowers his head and picks up the 1st down, getting close to the 32-yard line before he's brought down. 11 and a half minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Midwestern State on its opening possession has moved to the Sul Ross 33-yard line. First and 10 Mustangs. Green is the receiver to the right side of the formation. Trilla in the slot left, coming in motion. They flip it to Trilla on a jet sweep coming right, and he's dragged out of bounds near the 25-yard line. That's not Trilla, brother. It's Dylan Harden, a 5'8", 160-pound redshirt freshman out of Frisco.
2nd and 4 Mustangs.
And he gets the football to the Sol Ross 27-yard line before he's dragged down. 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs, who send Adam Johnson to the left. Green's in the slot, also the inside slot, Justin White. Tight end lining up on the right side of the formation is Jalen Robertson. And Jalen March finds very little running room up the middle.
And on the top with Sol Ross.
And on the tackle that time for the Lobos was Samuel Hernandez, a 6', 308-pounder out of Killeen. So Midwestern State looking at another 3rd down. They've converted once on 3rd down during this drive. Andrew Knable checks with the sideline. Johnson is the receiver to the right side of the formation. 3 receivers left. March stays in to block. It's a fade to the left side. The receiver's wide open, and it's caught for a touchdown! That is Jimmy Trilla. Mustangs have jumped in front, 6-0. On Andrew Knable's 28-yard touchdown pass to Jimmy Trilla. The extra point is tacked on. Nailing the extra point is Joseph Carlson. He's been a pretty reliable kicker for Midwestern State. And with 9:47 to play in the first quarter, the Midwestern State Mustangs have taken a 7-0 lead. Live on Flo Sports.
Hey football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raising Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
United Regional Sports Medicine provides athletic training services to help athletes perform at peak condition and avoid injuries. But if an injury does occur, we'll provide quick access to top sports medicine physicians for injury diagnosis and treatment. Our goal is your goal, to get you back to your sport safely and as quickly as possible. Be in the game again with United Regional Sports Medicine.
Mammogram today. Not everyone shares
We're on
the same breast risk level. While
Joe
white
Golding
women have a
Field at
higher rate of
Memorial
breast
Stadium
cancer
in
diagnosis,
Wichita
black
Falls,
women are more likely
and
to
Midwestern
die
State has
from
taken a
disease.
7-0 lead. Knable guiding the Mustangs on a 9-play, 76-yard drive, a 28-yard touchdown pass to Jimmy Trilla, and the Mustangs lead Sol Ross 7-0.
For more information about mammography and breast cancer disease, treating and treatment, visit radiologyinfo.org.
Midwestern State ready to kick off. Carlson will handle the kicking duties. Carlson came to Midwestern State from Air Force and sends a high end-over-end kick to the 7-yard line. It is fielded there and returned up the middle out to the 25-yard line by Liam Lowe. a redshirt freshman out of Houston, out of Klein Cain High School, started his collegiate career at Benedictine. So the Lobos have it. 1st and 10, starting from their own 25, going south to north here at Memorial Stadium. The Lobos have 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Now send a slot receiver in motion right. The air raid offense for Sol Ross, and the Midwestern State defense raided the quarterback's personal area, and he'll just throw it out of bounds to the right side. Andrew Martinez was rushed on the play. Martinez is a 5'11 junior out of El Paso. 3 receivers on the left side of the formation for the Lobos. Handoff, and carrying the ball across the 30 to the 33-yard line, getting his feet cut out from underneath him is Kendrick Jefferson, a junior out of Houston's Worthing High School. Sol Ross, up-tempo. Ogun Macon is the senior wide receiver to the left. He's out of Alif Hastings. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field on 3rd down and 2 at the Sol Ross 33. Play action pass over the middle of the pass, batted down at the line of scrimmage, and it falls incomplete. And we'll see what Sol Ross will do here as they face 4th down at their own 33. They would need to gain 2 yards to pick up a 1st down, and they don't appear to be in any mood to gamble here as they bring the punting unit onto the field. They have struggled both on 3rd down and 4th down conversions this year. So they've actually done better on 4th down than 3rd down. They've only converted 3rd down about 36% of the time. They are 6 of 9 on 4th down conversions. There is a flag down. Ebenezer Malone is the long snapper and didn't deliver it within the allotted time. Delay a game. So Sol Ross will lose 5 yards before Jacob Franco can deliver a punt. He gets a chest-high snap, takes a few steps to his right. It's a spiraling punt. A fair catch is called for and made by Green inside the 30-yard line. Midwestern State's going to take over at its own 27-yard line after going on a 76-yard scoring drive on their first possession. Midwestern State kept it 5:07 and then got Sol Ross to go 3 and out. So with 8:55 to play here in the first quarter, the Mustangs once again have the football. They held the Lobos to 8 yards on that possession. Andrew Knable at quarterback. Jalen March is the running back, lined up to his right. The wingback shifts from the left to the right side. 3 receivers to the wide side. Little swing pass to Devin Cross, who gets cut down as he reaches the 31-yard line, picking up about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 for Midwestern State. The tackle made by Elijah Gomez, a senior from Pearland, a product of Cisco College. Midwestern State at its own 31-yard line, sending 3 receivers to the left side, including Arabia Bradford Jr., a 6'1 junior. He's out wide to the left. And the handoff goes to Devin Cross, who bounces off a blocker and comes right and gets dragged out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Quincy Blair, a senior from Missouri City, is the man who makes the tackle in front of the Midwestern State bench. With 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter, Midwestern State is facing 3rd down and 5. The Mustangs converted 3rd down twice on the opening drive. Green is going to line up as a receiver tight to the formation on the left side. In fact, all 4 wideouts are tight to the formation. And a running back is lined up on the right hip of Knable. The redshirt freshman throws left, and the pass is incomplete to Justin White, the 5'8 junior out of Dallas, not tall enough to make the catch there. And Midwestern State will be punting for the first time. So Diego Gonzalez will be punting for the 23rd time this season. He's been averaging over 40 yards a punt. He's forced teams inside the 20 8 times this year. Gets a low snap. Here's pressure. Gonzalez gets the punt away. It's a high spiraling beauty. Fielded inside the 25. And it's a return of only about 4 yards. Receiving the punt is Aaron Olage. And he is dragged out of bounds after about a 4-yard return near the Midwestern State boundary. And it's going to be Sol Ross with possession at its own 29-yard line where the ball is placed down. Juan Poole, the center judge, spotting the football on the left hash mark. Sol Ross comes out with 3 receivers to the wide side, 1 to the boundary short side left. Martinez has a running back to his left. Now the running back goes out of the backfield motion right. They throw an inside slant. The pass is caught, and then streaking up the middle of the field, crossing the 45-yard line is Ogun Macon, a senior out of a Leaf. Picks up first down yardage to the 48-yard line.
For the Mustangs, but enough. For Lobos, first down. First and 10 for their own 48-yard line.
2 receivers to each side. Martinez has a running back behind him, shifts him over to the left side. Kendrick Jefferson is the running back. Now Jefferson goes back to the right of Martinez, now starts in motion left. They fake the handoff. Martinez keeps it himself. With the ball in his left hand, he runs left and only gets to the 50-yard line before he runs into Larry Donnell, the 6-foot senior out of Mesquite, making the tackle for Midwestern State, holding Martinez to a 2-yard gain. Martinez, 5'11", 180 pounds, out of El Paso, calling his own number on first down, picking up 2 yards. Martinez has been their second leading rusher in terms of total yards, but he's averaging just 2.3 yards per carry. Tries to throw over the middle, and the pass is batted down, and that's the second time that's happened to Martinez here in the first quarter. Batted down by Ezra Davidson, a 6', 180-pound sophomore from Killeen. Football at the 50-yard line on the left hash mark for Sol Ross. The Lobos looking at 3rd and 8. The Midwestern State defense imploring the fans to make some noise here on 3rd down. 5:51 to play. We're in the first quarter. Midwestern State leads 7-0. Oaxaca goes in motion left to right. It's a deep pass for Oaxaca, and it's knocked down. The pass incomplete. Latrell Tellis is down there defensively, knocking the ball down. Wanted the interception, but he's forced 4th and 8, and the Lobos will have to bring their punting unit onto the field. Franco with a 45-yard punt earlier in this game. Franco for the season's only been averaging a little more than 34 yards per punt. DeMonte Green, deep receiving. They're running a fake punt. The ball is fluttering on a pass up the left sideline, and it's incomplete. And Midwestern State is going to get great field position at the 50-yard line. A fake punt on 4th and 8. Jacob Franco taking off, deciding to throw a pass. And as a passer, he's a really good punter. So the football's at the 50-yard line with 5:34 to play. We're in the first quarter. Midwestern State leading 7-0. This is Midwestern State football live on Flo Sports.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raising Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lonestar State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, where Midwestern State leads Sul Ross State 7-0. Sul Ross with the second best passing offense in the Lone Star Conference coming into the game tonight with 1,223 yards passing. Martinez tonight just 1 of 5 for 19 yards, and 2 passes have been batted down at the line of scrimmage. An attempted fake punt failed on their second drive, and Midwestern State is taking over at the 50-yard line with the ball on the right hash, and Andrew Knable, the signal caller for Midwestern State, gets the snap, gives to March to White. White zigzagging, bounces out to the right side. He's into Sul Ross territory and scampers out of bounds as he reaches the 38. It's a gain of 12 yards. As offensive coordinator Billy Reebok and Rich Renner break out a little razzle-dazzle against Sul Ross. 5:17 to play in the first quarter, 1st and 10, Midwestern State. Green is the receiver, split out to the left side along with Adam Johnson. Knable's got a wing on the left, running back to his left. It's Jalen March darting up the middle, following his blocks to the 35-yard line. Picks up 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 coming up for Midwestern State.
Maybe the 35. 2nd and 7 for the Mustangs.
Trilla's coming into the game. White also back in the game. Coming out of the contest for Midwestern State is the tight end Jalen Robertson. Trilla, Green, and White, the 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. March is lined up as a slot on the right. It's an empty backfield. Now Knable brings March back to the backfield, set up on his right hip. The snap is delivered to the redshirt freshman. Knable fires, complete, but immediately tackled is Adam Johnson on a quick out. Right at the line of scrimmage, Johnson made the catch and then got his legs wrapped up immediately and was taken down to the turf, lost a yard on the play, and Midwestern State is facing 3rd and 8. The Mustangs are 2 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. Devian Thompson making the tackle for Sul Ross on that last play, setting up this 3rd and 8 with Midwestern State leading 7-0. Early movement here. And the Mustangs, I think, are going to move 5 yards further back. And instead of 3rd and 8, they face 3rd and 13. So it goes from bad to worse.
5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down. After the penalty, we're going to 3rd and 13 for the Mustangs.
We were talking to Billy Reebok about just this. These pre-snap dead ball penalties for Midwestern State have hurt their cause and derailed drives throughout the early portion of this season. Midwestern State coming in with a 2-3 record. Play action pass. Knable dumps it to an open March. March to the 35, to the 30. Picks up first down yardage as he gets to the 27-yard line. The Mustangs complete and convert. 3rd and 13, completing the pass to March.
Another Mustangs, first down.
So the false start penalty does not cost the Mustangs as the drive is alive. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, a wing on the left side. March shifts to the left side of Knable. Knable gets the snap, hands to March. March around the outside. The Lobos have him wrapped up, and he's thrown to the ground by Cameron Dickerson, the linebacker out of Denver. Throws him to the turf on Joe Golding Field at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 for Midwestern State with a little more than 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Johnson wide left with Green in the slot, White the inside slot receiver. Robertson, the wingback, goes in motion right to left. Now lined up as a wing on the left side with Devin Cross, the running back, taking the handoff, running left, sprinting toward the first down marker, but forced out of bounds before he can get there. Inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line, needed to get to the 17. It's another 3rd down. Midwestern State 3 for 4 on 3rd down tonight. Anthony Lacey there to force the cross out of bounds before he can pick up the first down. Johnson is the receiver to the boundary, short side left, 3 receivers to the right. Green out wide right. He caught 2 touchdown passes last week against A&M Kingsville. Knable's looking left and completes the pass for a first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Johnson makes the catch, and he was pretty well covered. Midwestern State not wasting time. Right up on the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 at the 14. The ball is snapped, handed off to Cross. Cross inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line.
Finds some incredible blocking down.
2nd down and about 5 needed for Midwestern State.
7-yard line, 2nd down for the Mustangs.
Call it a gain of 6, make it 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs. Cross again. No, it's Knable. Knable kept it himself and strolls into the end zone on touch for a Mustang touchdown. Midwestern State leads 13-0. Knable with a really nice ball fake to Cross, and everybody followed Cross. And it left a wide open lane for Knable to run through right into the end zone for a Mustang touchdown with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Carlson looking to tack on the extra point. It's a good snap, placed down. The extra point is blocked, and that's the 2nd time this year that Midwestern State has missed an extra point. This one blocked, and Midwestern State has to settle for a 13-0 lead with 40 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead Sol Ross at Memorial Stadium. This is Midwestern State football.
Time to try some Golden Chick. These are our famous Wicked Wings. 6 wings in a roll for just $6.99. Or make it a combo for $8.99.
Got to be good for my money. Perfect.
I don't actually love wings, but these are really good.
It's nice and juicy.
How's the spice for you?
I like that.
Yeah? When it's this spicy, you need something icy. Get a 24-ounce cherry, blue raspberry, or Dr. Pepper icy for just $2.99.
They love it. We've made some new fans.
Spread the word.
We will.
Whether on the field or on the grill, nobody does game day better than you. The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef is Rancher's Reserve. It's USDA Choice All Angus beef, so it's more tender, juicy, and flavorful. And that means it's sure to be the talk of your tailgate. Nothing says go team like a tailgate done right. So fire up your grill, tailgaters. We'll see you on game day. Rancher's Reserve, available at Market Street and United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
Midwestern State will be kicking off after going 50 yards in 9 plays, a drive that took 4:54, converting on third down a couple of times on that drive. In fact, Midwestern State is now 4 of 5 on third down. The kick is taken at the goal line, returned up the right hash mark, bouncing to the right side and getting forced out of bounds shy of the 20-yard line is the return man.
The 18-yard line, the Lobos will take
so
over.
Sullivan State takes over at its own 18-yard line.
By number 35, Marcus Mason Jr.
Oaxaca on that return. Ogun Macon is the receiver to the left side. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. They fake a little swing pass and instead hand it off to Kendrick Jefferson, who runs behind the right side of his line and grinds his way to the 21-yard line, a pickup of about 3 yards. C.J. Parks is the slot receiver on the left side with Ogun Macon out wide left. The slot receiver on the left is Kai Calicote. Oaxaca goes in motion right to left. Martinez throws right on a little screen, well read by Midwestern State. They knew what was coming. They had the play perfectly defended. Ezra Davidson makes the tackle immediately. There's a loss of a yard or 2. And when the second quarter begins, Sullivan State will be facing third down and 9 from its own 19-yard line. Midwestern State taking a 13-0 lead in the first quarter. This is Midwestern State football live on Flow Sports.
Each path to success is a journey.
At MSU Texas, you can set yourself up for success while learning on your own terms. Faculty mentors, research opportunities, real-world experiences, and individual attention are just a few of the many advantages of an MSU Texas education.
Live, lead,
and learn in a vibrant, creative community.
Make connections that will last a lifetime and prepare for the careers of tomorrow, today.
Take the first step of your journey with MSU Texas.
Starbright Cleaners in Wichita Falls is the best choice for superior quality and service at an unbeatable price. Stop by and see for yourself at our Kemp or Seymour Highway locations. We guarantee you'll feel the difference from drop-off to pickup. Done right, on site, on time, guaranteed. In a hurry? Don't worry. Every Starbright Cleaners has a convenient drive-through for express service. Come give us a try today. You'll be glad you did. Starbright Cleaners, serving Texoma for over 30 years.
At Memorial Stadium, the second quarter about to get underway. Midwestern State with a 13-0 lead over Sul Ross. The Mustangs outgaining the Lobos 136 yards to 30 in that first quarter. Andrew Knabel completing 8 of 9 passes for 80 yards. Jalen March with 22 yards on 6 carries. Devin Cross 14 yards on 4 carries. Martinez is just 2 of 6 for 17 yards passing for Sul Ross. Andrew Martinez out of the shotgun as we begin the second quarter. It's third down and 9 for Sul Ross at their own 19, and they got Midwestern State to jump. Martinez has a free play. The pass to the left boundary at the 30-yard line intended for Vicente Lovano. The pass is knocked down and incomplete, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty assessed against Midwestern State. Making the play defensively was Jaden Plater. Plater, the 5'10 redshirt freshman out of Dallas. But the 5-yard penalty makes it 3rd down and 4 instead of 3rd and 9 for the Lobos, who are wearing the white jerseys with the red numerals, the red helmets, the black pants. Moving from north to south, the football at their own 24-yard line. Martinez fakes the handoff, gets hit as he throws over the middle. The receiver's open. It is grabbed by Parks. C.J. Parks is into Midwestern State territory and thrown down at the 30-yard line. Jaimes Rodriguez caught up to him and kept that from being a touchdown. Marked down at the Midwestern State 30-yard line with the ball on the left hash mark. Biggest play from scrimmage tonight for Sol Ross, trailing 13-0. We're 40 seconds into the second quarter. They've got it at the Midwestern State 30-yard line. A wingback on the right, one receiver left, two to the right. Martinez with play action, winds up, throws incomplete. Throwing over the middle, this time looking for Austin Ogunmakin, a senior who stands 6'4" and weighs 195 pounds, transferred to Sol Ross from Stephen F. Austin. 2nd down and 10 for Sol Ross State. Vicente Levano is the receiver to the boundary short side right, with a slot receiver on the right, one receiver to the boundary left, a wing on the left. And the handoff goes to Kyle Calico, who runs up the middle and gets inside the 25, down around the 24-yard line. 3rd down and 4 coming up for Sol Ross. The Lobos are just 1 of 3 on 3rd down tonight. Oaxaca is the slot receiver on the right. Levano is out wide to the right. One receiver left. 3rd down and 4 from the Midwestern State 24. This drive started back at the Sol Ross 18. They've thrown for 44 and run for 9 on this drive. A slant complete to the 18-yard line. Making the catch is Nicholas Lee, a sophomore out of San Antonio.
Enough for a 1st down for the Lobos.
Oaxaca, the slot receiver on the right. Lobos looking over toward the boundary on the left side to get the play call. Oaxaca now is a slot receiver on the left. Handoff behind the left side of the line. Kyle Calico puts his head down and runs inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Makes it all the way to the Mustang 12-yard line, picking up 5 yards on a 1st down run. Less than 12 minutes to play in the first half. Sol Ross threatening for the first time tonight, trailing Midwestern State 13-0. Martinez brings the receivers tight to the formation with the ball on the left hash mark. Takes a face mask high snap, drops back, pressure on Martinez, who's going to be sacked. That's the 3rd sack of the year from Midwestern State. They had 2 last week, their first 2 of the season. Corbin Johnson, a 6', 285-pound sophomore out of College Station, brings down Martinez. The football is all the way back at the 22-yard line. It's a 10-yard loss. Sol Ross, 2 of 4 on 3rd down tonight, facing 3rd down and about 15 needed. The line to reach is the Midwestern State 8-yard line. Martinez feels pressure again, rolls left. He could run, and he will, and he'll pick up 1st down yardage. Had a lot of running room on the left side. Gets down around the 6-yard line. And it's first and goal to go for Sul Ross State.
For the Lobos.
16-yard gain for Martinez, calling his own number.
First and goal for the 5-yard line.
That's the longest run from scrimmage tonight for Sul Ross. Less than 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Screen pass over the middle, caught, but down right at the line of scrimmage as the pass is caught by the tight end, and Braden DeRocher is immediately wrapped up.
Back on for the Mustangs, number 94, Corbin Johnson, who had that sack 3 plays ago.
Pardon me, it was Justin Moon out of Shamrock. Justin Moon, the tight end, made the catch for no gain. Second and goal from the 6. And Sul Ross is going to take a timeout. C.J. Parks had started in motion just as the timeout was called for. And that's the first timeout taken. It comes with 9:07 to play in the second quarter. It's Midwestern State 13, Sul Ross State nothing, but the Lobos are threatening live on Flo Sports.
Whether on the field or on the grill, nobody does game day better than you. The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef is Rancher's Reserve. It's USDA Choice All Angus beef, so it's more tender, juicy, and flavorful. And that means it's sure to be the talk of your tailgate. Nothing says go team like a tailgate done right. So fire up your grill, tailgaters. We'll see you on game day. Rancher's Reserve, available at Market Street and United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
We believe that one account doesn't fit everyone, especially younger members. That's why Union Square offers a variety of student accounts tailored to the members they serve. Whether you want to start your child early with a Super Saver account, a budget builder account for teenagers, or a college student who needs to learn the practical aspects of checking and credit, we want to help students of all ages get on the right financial track. Come in today and ask about student accounts from Union Square. Union Square, more like family.
Back at Memorial Stadium, I'm Pete Stein, and the Mustangs hold a 13-0 lead over Sul Ross State. But the Lobos have the football at the 6-yard line, second and goal to go. Midwestern State hoping the Lobos are going nowhere. They've outgained Midwestern State 136 yards to 100. But the Lobos have done most of their damage on this drive. Martinez with a floating pass, intercepted! Went through the hands of the receiver, and the pass is picked off. Returned down the left sideline. Larry Donnell going all the way. Touchdown, Mustangs! Through the hands of Vicente Lavano. Donnell picked it off near the goal line and goes the length of the field for a Midwestern State defensive touchdown. They're up 19-0.
Larry Donnell, number 31, with a quick 6, 97 yards.
Joseph Carlson on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Diego Gonzalez. The snap is delivered by Colin Haynes, but the officials have stopped play.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still doing the try.
So an illegal substitution penalty. These are the penalties that have been driving Rich Renner and the coaching staff crazy. These pre-snap penalties, totally unnecessary. Really shouldn't happen. I mean, occasionally it's going to happen, but it's happening too often to the Mustangs. Carlson, a right-legged kicker, drills it straight down the middle. And the interception return has given Midwestern State a 20-0 lead with 8:53 to play here in the second quarter. The offense just resting while the defense scores. Donnell with a 97-yard interception return. Midwestern State 20, Sul Ross State nothing. This is Midwestern State football live on Flo Sports.
The hunger to win is fueled by a chance to compete and the thrill of the action. The cheers from the crowd energize our team and push them on to victory. Whether it's the pre-game excitement of tailgating or the post-game euphoria of winning celebrations, United Supermarkets always brings an A game to your party. From kickoff to tip-off and the final buzzer to the last out, United Supermarkets is proud to feed the competitive spirit.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
We're at Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls on an unseasonably warm October evening. Midwestern State is red hot, leading Sul Ross 20-0 with 8:53 to play in the second quarter. Carlson ready to kick off. That's got to be frustrating for Sul Ross. They were looking to cut the deficit in half, and the ball goes right through the hands of the receiver, Vicente Lovano, and Larry Donnell is there to return it for a touchdown. Donnell picking it off at the 4-yard line and was never touched as he raced to the end zone. It's a 96-yard return officially, and it's a 20-0 lead for Midwestern State, and the Sul Ross offense is right back on the field. They've got 100 yards of offense. Martinez 5 of 11 for 70 yards. They've rushed for 30. They've got half as many first downs as the Mustangs. The Lobos with 4. They're 3 of 5 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down. They've run 19 plays and averaged a little more than 5 yards per play. They start this drive with the ground game right up the middle between center and right guard. They hand it off to Kai Calicote, the freshman who's out of Katy, a product of Cypress Falls, picks up 3 yards, second down and 7. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Calicote out of the backfield, motion right. Martinez wants to run. That was not a very good idea. He gets wrapped up and thrown to the ground by Jordan Crawford, the senior out of Southfield, Michigan. Just grabbed him around the shoulders and took him down. No problem. Third down and 8 for Sul Ross. The Lobos at their own 25-yard line call it third down and 10. Midwestern State with 4 down linemen, pretty wide splits, and the linesman has called a false start against Sul Ross State, so they'll face 3rd and 15 with 7:43 to play in the second quarter, trailing Midwestern State 20-0. We hope to be visiting with Michael Meacham, the Midwestern State soccer coach, at halftime. Midwestern State getting a 4-1 victory today over Oklahoma Christian, surpassing Oklahoma Christian in the LSC standings today. Midwestern State now with 3 straight wins on the heels of a 5-0 loss at St. Edwards that kind of stunned everybody around the LSC. On 3rd and 15, Martinez is back to pass for the Lobos, and he is sacked back at the 15-yard line.
In the backfield.
Getting to the quarterback from Midwestern State.
Forcing the punt. I award you no points. On that sack, number 33, Quincy Montgomery.
Quincy Montgomery. It's a low snap to the punter at the goal line. Gets the punt off. It's a sidewinding punt that's going to roll to the Midwestern State 38-yard line and be down there.
Punt down inside the 40 of the Mustangs. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard
It's a 46-yard punt with no return. Midwestern State taking over at its own 39-yard line, leading 20-0 with 6:26 to play. Knable in at quarterback, a redshirt freshman. Out of the pistol, hands off, running room on the left side, and to the 45-yard line goes the running back, Jalen March, tackled by Elijah Gomez. It's a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Ball on the left hash mark. Midwestern State in the maroon jerseys, the white pants, and the metallic gold helmets.
2nd and 4 Mustangs to the 45.
Arabia Bradford is split out to the right side of the formation. One receiver to the boundary, short side left. Bradford comes in motion to the left. Pass goes to the left to Devin Cross running a wheel route. Backpedaling, trying to make the catch along the boundary on the near side. It's through his hands, incomplete at the 44 of Sol Ross. The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs at their own 45-yard line. Midwestern State is 4 of 5 on 3rd down tonight. Bradford and White are the 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. Trilla and Green to the left side. March is the running back. Knable getting the play call from Billy Reebok. Play clock is down to 2 seconds. 1 timeout, Midwestern State. Mustangs use their first timeout with 5:45 to play. We're in the 2nd quarter. Midwestern State is facing 3rd down and 4 at its own 45-yard line, leading Sol Ross 20-0.
At First Bank, we've been working with families and local businesses to help achieve their goals for generations. Our customers always come first, and that's why they choose us as their local bank. Invested, experienced, and here to stay. First Bank, your goals are our goals.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
Midwestern State has a 20-0 lead over Sol Ross with 5:45 to play in the 2nd quarter. Andrew Knable at quarterback. Midwestern State leading 20-0. Knable completes the pass to Green. He's dodging tackles, grinding his way inside the 50, getting pushed forward to the Lobo 44-yard line. 1st down, Midwestern State, a gain of 11. Midwestern State now with 153 yards of total offense.
A gain of 16.
Football at the 44-yard line. 3 receivers to the wide side. Handoff, March up the middle to the 40-yard line.
Jalen March with the carry out to the 40-yard line of the
That's a
Lobos.
gain of about 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up for Midwestern State.
And 6 from the 41.
Green and Bradford, 2 receivers on the right side of the formation. Tight end Jalen Robertson on the right side. March is to the left of Knable. The 2 tight ends come over to the left side. Austin Pinchon also in as a tight end. Robertson now starts in motion to the right. The give is to March. March into the secondary, inside the 30. March is brought down after picking up first down yardage.
First down. First and 10 for the Mustangs.
It's a gain of about 9 yards for Jalen March. That's his 9th carry of the game. He's got 34 yards rushing for Midwestern State. That matches his longest run of the night. Mustangs have it at the Lobo 30-yard line. Again, the 2 tight end shift, this time left to right. Knable's got a chest-high snap. Hands the football off to Jalen March, who stutter steps, waiting for a block, picks up about 3 yards, tackled right along the numbers on the right side in front of the Sol Ross bench. 2nd down and 7 for Midwestern State. Devin Cross coming into the game, replacing Jalen March. They have been a potent 1-2 rushing attack for Midwestern State over the last 2 seasons. They've combined for 56 yards tonight on 14 carries. Knable throws right to Green on a screen down the right sideline. Green to the 5. Green to the goal line. He's across, carrying a Lobo into the end zone. Touchdown, Midwestern State. DeMonte Green with 2 touchdowns last week, a touchdown tonight, and the Mustangs have a 26-0 lead over Sol Ross. Carlson on to try another extra point. Had 1 blocked earlier. This extra point attempt coming after a 7-play, 61-yard scoring drive. It took 3:13. Carlson doesn't miss. He lines it right between the uprights, and the Mustangs with a commanding lead. It's 27-0 Midwestern State after a 27-yard touchdown pass to Green.
7 yards.
Midwestern State with nearly 200 yards of offense here in the first half tonight. This is Midwestern State football.
Buying a new truck, car, or SUV used to be a stressful experience. Not at 4 Stars. We have a great staff of team members that truly pride themselves on giving you an easy and transparent process. Our day begins with a great group of staff truly ready to serve you. Shop us online at 4starsdcjr.com and then give us a call at 940-538-4400. Then drop by and visit us in Henrietta, Texas. You'll be greeted by a professional group that will make it a quick and easy buying process. This group is committed to your community, and they move quick and fast to make the experience enjoyable. I'm Kelly Strasser, owner of 4 Stars, and I'm proud to have each and every one of these team members as part of our 4 Stars family. We want to earn your business and respect. Before you buy, allow us to prove that we can give you the best service and the best price. 4 Stars Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
From Memorial Stadium, it's Midwestern State and Sol Ross. It's one-way traffic tonight. Midwestern State's got a 27-0 lead. The kickoff is fielded at the 6-yard line and returned across the 25, angled to the 30-yard line, out of bounds in front of the Sol Ross bench at around the 35-yard line. Pretty good return that time for Alec Garcia, a senior from Mission, Texas, where Tom Landry was born and raised. There are flags down. Marker down at about the 41-yard line. We'll see how this penalty is assessed. The two teams have combined for 5 penalties for 25 yards to this point. So Ross has been penalized twice for 10 yards. Midwestern State penalized 3 times for 15, and I think all 3 of those penalties have been pre-snap penalties on Midwestern State. Mustangs seem to think that this penalty will be assessed against Sol Ross.
During this turn, holding on the return team, number 19, 10 yards from spot of the foul, first down.
Xavier Velasquez confirms what the Mustangs were trying to tell us. And the ball is placed down at the 35-yard line. Still pretty good field position for Sol Ross. Midwestern State with a 4-man front. Running back takes the handoff, bounces outside, and gets into Midwestern State territory before being tackled along the boundary on the right side. In there running the football for Sol Ross is Kendrick Jefferson, the junior running back out of Houston.
At the 47-yard line of the Mustangs.
Jefferson and Calicote have been the 2 primary running backs. Martinez has also called his own number a few times. Play action. Pass out to the right side. Parks makes the catch. Parks is down inside the 43 at the Midwestern State 43-yard line. There defensively for the Mustangs was Brandon Joseph, a 6-foot redshirt freshman out of Spring, Texas. Football at the Midwestern State 43. 2 receivers on each side. Martinez throws over the middle and completes the pass to Parks, who gets twisted down to the ground, making the tackle for Midwestern State. Jalen Broadus, a safety, another redshirt freshman making a play out there for the Mustangs, but not until the Lobos pick up first down yardage at the Midwestern State 30-yard line.
2-minute timeout.
So we've reached the 2-minute mark. There's a timeout. I'm not warning you about anything. I'm just telling you there's 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Midwestern State leads Sol Ross 27-0. This is Midwestern State football live on Flo Sports.
Starbright Cleaners in Wichita Falls is the best choice for superior quality and service at an unbeatable price. Stop by and see for yourself at our Kemp or Seymour Highway locations. We guarantee you'll feel the difference from drop-off to pickup. Done right, on site, on time, guaranteed. In a hurry? Don't worry. Every Starbright Cleaners has a convenient drive-through for express service. Come give us a try today. You'll be glad you did. Starbright Cleaners, serving Texoma for over 30 years.
Helping you get back to the things you love is the primary focus of the orthopedic team at United Regional Physician Group. Our highly skilled surgeons are equipped with advanced technology, offering minimally invasive joint surgeries, which result in less pain, a shorter hospital stay, and quicker recovery, so you can be you again. Be you again with United Regional Physician Group.
From Memorial Stadium, it's Midwestern State and Sol Ross, and it's Midwestern State with a commanding 27-0 lead with 2 minutes to play here in the first half at Memorial Stadium. Midwestern State has nearly 200 yards of total offense, compared to just about 130 for Sul Ross. Lobos have the football at the Midwestern State 30-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side of the formation, 1 to the right. That's Lovano to the right side of the formation. Parks coming in motion left to right. Play action pass. Martinez sets up in the pocket, throws deep right for Parks. Incomplete, and Parks may have gone out of bounds. He had drawn double coverage from Midwestern State. Jermaine Witherspoon was down there in coverage along with Chauncey Carter. It's an incomplete pass that brings up 2nd down and 10 for Sul Ross. Two receivers on each side for Martinez, who winds up, throws, completes the slant at the 25-yard line. The catch is made by Ogunmakin, the senior out of a Leaf. He's close to the first down marker. It's going to be a yard short of a first down. 3rd and 1 coming up for Sul Ross. Parks coming to the right side of the formation with Lovano near the boundary on the right side. 3 receivers to the wide side, 1 to the boundary short side left. No tight end, running back to the right of Martinez. Martinez drops back now, runs a quarterback draw to the 15, to the 10, angling left to the 5. Breaks a tackle, dives for the end zone, and is in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Lobos. Well, Martinez has been one of the bigger threats. He had a 16-yard run earlier tonight, and he runs in for the Lobos' first touchdown of the game. With 1:02 to play, Sul Ross is on the board. A 6-play, 65-yard drive, capped off by the 21-yard run of the quarterback, Andrew Martinez. And now the extra point attempt. Out of the hold of Lovano, Carlos Areola, the sophomore from El Paso, drills it to make it 27-7. It's one impressive drive put together by Sul Ross State to get on the board, but they're still down 20 on the road at Midwestern State, live on Flow Sports.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lonestar State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Time to try some Golden Chick. These are our famous Wicked Wings. 6 wings in a roll for just $6.99. Or make it a combo for $8.99.
Got to be good for my money. Perfect.
I don't actually love wings, but these are really good.
So nice and juicy.
How's the spice for you?
I like that.
Yeah? When it's this spicy, you need something icy. Get a 24-ounce cherry, blue raspberry, or Dr. Pepper icy for just $2.99.
They love it. We've made some new fans.
Spread the word. We will.
Well, Sul Ross is on the scoreboard, trailing Midwestern State 27-7. It's a 6-play, 65-yard drive that took 2:04. Martinez with the 21-yard touchdown run. And they've nearly caught Midwestern State now in terms of total yardage. Midwestern State still with a 37-yard advantage, 197 to 160. Martinez is 8 of 15 for 96 yards passing with 1 interception that Donnell returned. 96 yards for a touchdown. It's a short kick, fielded inside to 25. And just sliding down between the hash marks, Jordan Crawford grabs the kick and realizes he's not really a return man. And Midwestern State's got relatively good field position with 58 seconds to play. They'll just take over at the 23-yard line. Knabel's 10 of 12 for 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Midwestern State has not turned the ball over. They've had the football nearly 15 minutes, just about 1 minute longer than Sol Ross has had it. 2 receivers to either side. Looks like Midwestern State may be aggressive here, leading by 20 with 58 seconds to play in the second quarter. A belt-high snap to Knabel. Deep pass down the right side. Green is there, makes the catch at the 30 to the 25. Stays inbound. Angles toward the middle of the field. Tackled at the 15-yard line on the right hash mark. That's close to a 60-yard gain. And Midwestern State has it at the 15-yard line with 37 seconds to play. Sol Ross had a player just sit down on the field, but Midwestern State had taken a timeout. Knabel throwing a 62-yard completion to DeMonte Green. Andrew Knabel, 11 of 13 for 180 yards with 2 touchdowns.
A gain of 63 yards.
That's 85% of his passes completed tonight. Quarterback rating through the roof right now. He's completed passes to 7 different receivers. Johnson has caught 3. Green and March have caught 2. Green now with 2 catches for 89 yards, including that 62-yard pass, and he's caught both passes that have come his way. Only White and Cross have failed to make the catch when targeted. One play, 62 yards. Midwestern State trying to add to their lead with 37 seconds to play. So Midwestern State on the attack, throwing a deep pass here late in the half, leading by 20. They've got it now at the Sol Ross 15-yard line. Knabel drifts back to pass, stands tall in the pocket, throws to the left corner of the end zone. He overthrows Adam Johnson. Johnson, a 6', 175-pound senior out of the state of Washington. He'll be headed to his home state here in a couple of weeks. Next week, Angelo State is here, and then Midwestern State goes on the road to play Central Washington. Next week is homecoming, by the way, with the Rams in town next Saturday night. Johnson is the receiver to the boundary short side right. 3 receivers to the left. It's Green, Trilla, and White to the left side of the formation. March, the running back, to the right. Knabel flushed out of the pocket, rolling left, throwing to Green, whose only chance to make the catch was across the boundary, 5 yards deep in the end zone. It's an incomplete pass. Knabel throwing it away, feeling the pressure with 20 seconds to play in the half. Midwestern State leading 27-7. They're going to add some time, however. Now 28 seconds is what will be put on the game clock eventually. Isaiah Nesmith is the receiver to the right. Referee still asking for 8 seconds to be added to the clock. There it is.
Once again, Mustangs 3rd and 10 from Lobos 15.
White goes in motion left to right from an inside slot position. Knabel's back to pass, fires over the middle. It's a hard, high pass intended for White. It's through the back of the end zone, incomplete. Had a lot of pace on that pass and a lot of height.
Fourth down, Mustangs.
21 seconds remaining. And the drive started with a 62-yard pass completion to Green, but the drive kind of sputters from there. And Carlson is on to try a 32-yard field goal from the right hash mark. Out of the hold of Gonzalez, there's early movement on the left side, and Carlson's going to get to kick this from 5 yards closer. It'll make it 3rd and 5. I don't think Rich Renner will change his mind. I think he'll still kick the field goal here.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So a 5-yard penalty assessed against Sol Ross.
4th and 5 for the Mustangs. From the 10-yard line.
That's only the 4th penalty called against the Lobos for 25 yards. Midwestern State's been penalized 3 times for 15 yards. So this turns into a 27-yard attempt for Carlson. Should be easy money. Carlson swings his leg, and the Air Force transfer flies it right through the uprights. Midwestern State, with 19 seconds to play, has a 30-7 lead over Sol Ross, live on Flow Sports.
Are you mild or spicy?
I beg your pardon?
Are you mild or spicy? When you go to Taco Casa.
Taco Casa has the super nachos, tacos, and burritos you want and more. Get your mild or spicy at Taco Casa on Southwest Parkway at Taft and on Maplewood at Lawrence and Wichita Falls and in Vernon.
For a minute there, I thought maybe you were flirting with me.
Taco Casa has lots of what you like.
Go Mustangs!
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
There's only 19 seconds remaining in the first half at Memorial Stadium. Midwestern State leads Sol Ross State 30-7 after a 5-play, 67-yard scoring drive that ended with a Joe Carlson 27-yard field goal. Mustangs now with 259 yards of total offense. Carlson kicking off. That's into the end zone. And 3 yards deep on the left side of the end zone. It is down by Oaxaca. The sophomore out of El Paso doesn't get a chance to return it. And I'm guessing Sol Ross will just take a knee here. They'll have the football to start the second half. At the half, we'll have a chance to visit with Michael Meacham, the men's head soccer coach at Midwestern State. The 22nd ranked team in the nation got a 4-1 win today over Oklahoma Christian. They've put together 3 straight wins since that 5-0 loss at St. Edwards early in the conference campaign. And they passed Oklahoma Christian in the conference standings with that victory today. Martinez is 8 of 15 passing for 96 yards, and he's also rushed 6 times for 21 yards. They're not going to take a knee. Martinez wants to pass. The pocket collapsing. He escapes out the left side, throws a jump pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Donnell, who's already got a 96-yard interception return for a touchdown. And he's breaking tackles as he gets to the Sol Ross 40, coming back left. He's going to be tackled at the 42. That's how the first half ends. Donnell's got 2 interceptions tonight, and Midwestern State's got a 23-point lead. The Mustangs up 30-7 at halftime. We're at Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls on an unseasonably warm evening. The Midwestern State Mustangs feeling pretty good about themselves as they head to the locker room. Midwestern State looking to end this 2-game losing streak. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. coming off a 40-13 loss last week at Texas A&M Kingsville when things got away from them in the second half. They take a big lead in the first half tonight against Sul Ross, and our coverage of Midwestern State football continues live on Flow Sports.
At First Bank, we've been working with families and local businesses to help achieve their goals for generations. Our customers always come first, and that's why they choose us as their local bank. Invested, experienced, and here to stay. First Bank, your goals are our goals.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
Buying a new truck, car, or SUV used to be a stressful experience. Not at 4 Stars. We have a great staff of team members that truly pride themselves on giving you an easy and transparent process. Our day begins with a great group of staff truly ready to serve you. Shop us online at 4starsdcjr.com and then give us a call at 940-538-4400. Then drop by and visit us in Henrietta, Texas. You'll be greeted by a professional group that will make it a quick and easy buying process. This group is committed to your community, and they move quick and fast to make the experience enjoyable. I'm Kelly Strasser, owner of 4 Stars, and I'm proud to have each and every one of these team members as part of our 4 Stars family. We want to earn your business and respect. Before you buy, allow us to prove that we can give you the best service and the best price. 4 Stars Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, where the Midwestern State Mustangs have taken a 30-7 lead over Sul Ross at the half. We're pleased to be joined by men's soccer coach Michael Meacham, whose team today scored a 4-1 victory, defeating Oklahoma Christian at Stang Park. Mary Escobar opened the scoring in the 18th minute. Igor Caballero would score in the opening minute of the second half to tie it at 1, but about 10 minutes later, Escobar on a corner kick set up Samuela Moroni with a header. Midwestern State was ahead 2-1 and never looked back after that. Gabriel Gakko Vakai scored in the 70th minute, and Max Gonzalez added a goal. Jaime Villagomez assisted on both of those goals, and it was the kind of game I think that Michael Meacham would be pleased to see. Maybe not so happy after that equalizer in the opening minute of the second half, but other than that, it looked like the Mustangs played pretty well.
Yep, play pretty well for the most part. We keep having a tendency of shooting ourselves in the foot, so we have to make sure that we keep doing a better job of not letting that happen. I know when we've talked on our Stang Gang podcast, which drop every week at msumustangs.com, and I would encourage you to listen, you've been more concerned about the goals you're conceding than you've been concerned about the offense. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't just go into every game thinking, I have to score 2 goals. I mean, it's just too dangerous to be doing that week in and week out just by silly mistakes that we keep putting in our own side, and it's just not good for us. It's not good for anybody. I'm not trying to bring up bad memories, but you had that 5-0 loss at St. Edwards. But I think, and we talked about it at the time, what mattered was not that you lost 5-0 at St. Edwards, but how would you respond? Correct. And you've come back and you've won 3 straight games, and it looks like the boys have responded well. Yeah, no, I mean, 100%. I mean, after we've talked about it before, after that, embarrassment, you come back and you fight, and you kind of put yourself in a corner, and you've got to dig your way out of it. And I think that's what we're doing right now. We just got to be a little bit cleaner in it, a little bit sharper, so we don't keep giving up silly goals. You had a big senior day today as well. There are 12 Correct. Seniors. Correct. And a lot of them have had a major impact on this program over the course of the last couple of years.
And we'll talk about a few of them, but I want to start talking about C.J. Peischer, the goalkeeper, came back. He was diagnosed with cancer in the offseason.
Yes.
He had been kind of penciled in as your goalkeeper this year after making, I think, 5 appearances last year for you in kind of a backup role. I know you guys have dedicated the season to CJ, and it had to mean a lot to him, but also to the team for him to be with you on senior day.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like you just said, we've kind of dedicated everything we're doing for him, and because we know he's fighting every day, we're going to keep fighting every day, and it was super, super special to have him back, and it was even more special to have every single player that scored today played with CJ. So it meant a little bit more to him.
I hadn't thought about that. That's a great point because Max Gonzalez, Gabriel Gacko-Vakai, Samuel Maroney, Mary Escobar, all were teammates with CJ.
All teammates. So it was super special that they were able to do it for him, and he was able to see it, and we got to spend a few days with him, and he heads back to California tomorrow, and we'll continue the fight.
Was there anything he said to you or the team that you can share with us?
Just thankful that that he's a part of the family forever.
Well, that's kind of the motto of the team, isn't it?
For sure. I mean, we've got shirts, we've got banners, we've got markings in the locker room and around what we do. I mean, the program is a family. I know it's cliche and everybody talks about it, but our family's been around for over 50 years, and we just keep adding people to it. And CJ's extremely special piece of that family.
Let's talk about some of the other seniors. And I know I ask you all the time about Mary Escobar, but he's on the verge of becoming the all-time leading goal scorer for Midwestern State. He's 2 goals shy of the record right now, 3 more goals to set the record at Midwestern State. He's just a creative player, and it seems like he's always putting himself in position to score goals for you.
Yeah, we do, and I think we do a fantastic job of getting him the ball in the areas that he's dangerous in. He's found another gear and another level of kind of energy and emotion and work rate that we haven't seen in a long time from Mede, and I think the other boys that are in the group are just feeding off of it right now. And we're going to do everything we can to keep getting the ball to where we can keep getting dangerous, and he's going to keep working for us on both sides of it. And every time we can get him the ball, and he can kind of keep us involved in everything around him, then the more special we're going to be.
Well, and you've got some. I know I said we were going to talk about the seniors, and a lot of the guys that were recognized today have really had an impact on the program. But I also want to talk about some guys who are creating some scoring opportunities for some of those seniors, and it's the twins. It's Ethan and Skylar Kirshnack.
Correct.
And today they had a chance. They're both out there together, one on the left, one on the right, playing in the back for you.
Yep.
It looks like you've got something there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a special core group that obviously has returned from the past, including these great seniors that we have. And I've been telling everybody it's a little bit odd that we have such a big senior class and such a big freshman class.
Right.
That's kind of doing it for us. I mean, obviously you've got some juniors and sophomores in there that have been able to do it, but not nearly the numbers just of players we have. Yeah. I mean, it's very hard for incoming freshmen to play right away. And like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think that those 3 with Ethan and Skylar and Cooper, that they were kind of dedicated themselves to development and improvement over last year, and now you're kind of reaping the rewards of it right now.
And Cooper T looks like a veteran out there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Cooper since he was in an ID camp, just like Skylar and Ethan have been. I mean, we've had tabs on Cooper for, I mean, if you go into it right now, like 2.5 years. The same thing with Ethan and Skylar. It's about 2 years that we've been able to have communication with them, and we were able to finally get them in and develop them, and they're 100% believe in what we're going to do and how we do it, and they're kind of contributors into it and their role within it, and you can, like I said, you can kind of see it.
You mentioned the big group of seniors. You got 12 of them total that were recognized today. What does that group mean to you? What have they meant to the Midwestern State program? And what will you remember about this class?
I mean, they mean everything. I mean, you've got guys that this senior class came in, well, majority of them came in during COVID. And, I mean, we can all remember COVID. You didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know how we were going to play. We didn't know how we were going to train. We didn't know when we were going to play or when we were going to train and the groups that we could train in and the size. But they dedicated everything to the program. And, I mean, it means a lot that they were able to trust us during that kind of crazy period in the world and stick out with us and spend all this time and effort and energy and blood, sweat, and tears to be able to kind of reap what we've done before this year and continuing to kind of push the program to new heights.
And Maroney's one of those seniors that's been with you who scored a goal today, and he's becoming a prolific goal scorer. He's playing, well, I'll ask you, is he playing his best soccer for you this season?
Yeah, he's playing much more of an impact. Like when we used him in 23, he came off the bench a lot, and he brought a spark, and he was able to kind of raise us and make us better in certain moments and certain opponents and certain games. And now he's just, we're trusting him in all kinds of facets of it. I mean, I know he's not a big kid, but he holds the ball up extremely well. I want to say, I bet you've scored 10 goals in a year and a half already, and I would imagine half of them are with his head.
I was going to say, he's not your typical guy. Like Tristan Adams is a guy you would look at and go, he's good in the air.
Yeah.
This is a guy who, when you see him out on the pitch, you don't think of him as being good in the air, but he's great in the air
he's
for you.
He's fantastic in the air. When we were recruiting him to come in, we were just like, first, he's a dog. He could play anywhere you want him to play. If we needed him to play as an outside back, he could do it. If we needed him to play as in the center of the park, he could do it.
And he's willing to do anything that you ask him to do.
Yeah, I mean, he's a team first guy. He doesn't. Again, you're using we're using these buzzwords and these times, but like he truly is like he's a team guy. If he scored 0 goals and had 0 assists, obviously he'd be disappointed. But as long as the team performed and we won, then people were doing the right things. Like Samuel's not going to care.
I got a kick out of him today after scoring the goal. He wanted to hear it from the crowd. He wanted to get the crowd into the game.
Yeah, I mean, that was for CJ. I mean, if you look back. I know the listeners might not have seen the whole game and seen these little pieces of it, but all 4 goal scorers, obviously, like we said, played with CJ, but they all went over and shared it with CJ, so it was good.
Yeah, it seems like it was just a really special day for you.
For sure. I mean, it's always fantastic to win on senior day, but it's even more special to win it the way we won it with CJ here. The fans and the families and everybody that was here with friends, it was really, really special to be able to have it.
And I don't want people to get the misunderstanding because a lot of people think senior day, they think that's the last home game.
No, it just happened to be our last Saturday
You wanted to play
game.
It on the last Saturday home day.
We've got people from all over, and it's extremely hard sometimes to come to a Wednesday match. So even though this was a little bit earlier in the year, but obviously earlier in the day, it was the only really easiest time in the year to make this happen.
Yeah, you've got 3 more home dates, but I think they're all midweek matches.
They're all Wednesdays.
And the next one coming up at home is going to be against Dallas Baptist.
Correct.
And that's going to be in just a few days.
Correct. Wednesday at 7 we play DBU here.
And what should we expect out of that match?
Heated. I mean, we knocked them out of the conference tournament last year. We knocked them out of the conference tournament the year before. They're wanting to kind of right that ship and have that good taste in their mouth. But
and I know kind of their approach is when they're out on the recruiting trail, they kind of say, can this guy play at Midwestern State? Could this guy help us beat Midwestern State? I mean, you're the target, and I know we say this all the time, but it's not an exaggeration. Midwestern State's got a target on its back in the LSC.
Yeah, and we accept that, and we understand that. I mean, obviously, you've got other teams that have done extremely well. I mean, West Texas, you got St. Mary's that are always extremely competitive. I mean, St. Ed's they're back in the conference, and obviously everybody knows what they did a couple of weeks ago when we played down there. I mean, so it's the Lonestar is extremely competitive in every sport, and men's soccer just happens to be one of them.
You've had a lot of success at Midwestern State as a head coach. What's the key to being a successful head coach at Midwestern?
I mean, every university has its niche. and I'm a Texas kid. I grew up in the Metroplex. We have really, really deep ties in the state of Texas, from the Metroplex to Austin, San Antonio, Houston. As you can see, we've got players from all over the state. So, we feel if you're a Texas kid and you're not going to SMU, the next best place is here. So we try to win the battle in recruiting to making sure that the best Texas kids stay in Texas and come to us. So I think that's been something that's been extremely important to it. I mean, you look at Mede, he's from Austin. You look at Max, he's from Austin or Dripping Springs.
Yeah, which is the Austin area.
You look at Samu. I mean, he played at Richland for head coach Raul Herrera that played here. You look at Gacko that scored today. I mean, he played in the LSC and transferred into us. So we're just looking at those guys, and you look at Skylar and Ethan and Cooper, redshirt freshmen that are playing here. I mean, you look at a majority of our roster right now is Texas kids, and we're proud of that. And I'm proud of that we can continue to have Texas kids from all over the state. I mean, we've got new El Paso guys in that, you got Jaime today that got 2 assists. I mean, he's an El Paso guy.
And he's really coming into his own for you.
Yeah, correct. I mean, and you just look at what we've been able to do with Texas kids staying in the state where it means a little bit more to them, and I think that's huge that we're able to do that. And I think the university has been nothing but helpful when it comes to recruiting those guys, packaging those guys academically, athletically, with financial aid or academic scholarships or athletic scholarships. I think we're able to do that. We have a great facility at Stang Park. We have a great locker room. We've got great training ground. So we're able to kind of keep that going with myself and Patty and Mariano and all the alumni that help us. I think that's been the key is keeping everybody involved and letting everybody know they're a piece of it.
It's interesting because you're talking about Texas. We're here at a gridiron football game, and we always think about Texas being a football state.
It is.
But soccer is not really taking a backseat to anybody right now in the state of Texas.
I mean, you look at every power. You look at the ACC, the Big Ten. You look at all the big conferences and all the big teams in the big conference. There's a kid from Texas on those teams, and they're in the biggest conferences in the country, men and women, not just on the men's side. I mean,
maybe even more so on the women's side.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they start so much earlier, and they have so many more teams that they're able to do that. They sponsor so many teams. Or the university sponsors so many women's programs, so you're 100% correct.
Do you ever get a chance to watch our women's team? Because Ryan Spence, who was a Midwestern State Mustang,
I coach Ryan.
He's got that team playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got Ryan that played on the men's team. You've got Lynn Smith that played on the men's team. I want to say one of his GAs played for him, was a goalkeeper. So,
Lexi Jackson.
So I think I just think like you kind of. You understand the university. You understand what it is to play here, both on the men and the women. And when you can kind of keep that tradition and keep those people in here and you get good people around you, just like me, like I've got Patrick Fitzgerald. He played for us. He played for me as when I was the head coach. He played for me and Doug.
That guy loves Midwestern State, by the way. He tells me that all the time.
No, I mean, he's probably told you a story. I mean, we had a player on the team from Ireland, and we love Irish kids that have come in, and they've done a great job for us. But I had a kid that played here back in 2013 when it was early into it, and Patty was back in Ireland, and he was like looking to come over and start doing it. And I just said, one of the guys on the team is like, can you help a buddy of mine? So I jumped on the phone, answered a few questions, and did a little digging while I was on the phone on the computer and found out the level he's playing at. And I was like, well, why don't we just make it simple and you come play here for us now? And it was done within 30 minutes.
Wow.
And we were able to kind of put him where we needed to put him to get him academically eligible to play. And it's been a godsend, and he's been great for the program. And
do you see him as a head coach in the future?
Oh yeah, for sure. He could do it. He could do it. I mean, he understands the game. He can communicate to the players and those types of things of how to get his point across. And he's good with administration and people in the university. Yeah, he'll be a great head coach one of these days.
You're a great head coach these days for Midwestern State, and we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming up here at halftime.
I missed you at halftime of our match. We were obviously we had CJ and all the seniors. So
no, that's okay.
Yeah.
We needed to kind of rush out anyway to get here.
I understand.
So this worked out perfect. I'm glad you could do it tonight.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy to come out and support the boys and Coach Renner, and we're going to make the trip to Sul Ross next weekend. So. We'll see what
that's
that
another
like.
great trip that's now on the Lonestar Conference schedule.
How
do you get out of going to Western New Mexico, though?
Because Western New Mexico wants to make sure that they take care of all their other sports and not add men's soccer. So
that's a break for you. Though Stephanie, the volleyball coach Stephanie Radecki, would tell me how much she was looking forward to the trip to Silver City.
Well, I mean, everybody likes certain things, and I will never hate on her for.
I accused her of not being completely honest with me, but she claims she really did look forward to the bus ride to Silver City. That's a long day. I can tell you from experience.
I don't want to do that at all. So I'm not looking forward to it, and I'm glad that Western New Mexico is putting all their time and effort in all their other sports.
We appreciate the time and effort you're putting into Midwestern State men's soccer, putting together another great season, and we're looking forward to this game Wednesday night against Dallas Baptist. We'll have it live on Flow Sports. Better yet, we'd like to see folks come out to Stank Park and support the Mustangs.
100%. We'd love to have them out there.
That's Michael Meacham, the men's soccer coach here at Midwestern State, joining us at halftime. Midwestern State leads Sul Ross 30-7 live on Flow Sports.
Hey, football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raising Cane's for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand-battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Midwestern State will be kicking off to begin the second half, leading Sul Ross 30-7. Thanks to Michael Meacham for joining us at the half, the Midwestern State men's soccer coach. They hosted the Lonestar Conference tournament here last year. They hosted a regional here last year. They're a national power. They're 22nd right now in the national rankings. They've been in the national rankings for seems like the last 30 years. The streak is unbelievable how long they've been in the rankings. Second half begins with a touchback. And kicking off that time for Midwestern State was Mitchell Stokes, a freshman out of Royce City, lining it into the end zone. So Sul Ross has the football to begin the second half. Midwestern State with a commanding 30-7 lead as we begin the third quarter. Martinez hands the football off, and getting buried is Kendrick Jefferson, who had 26 yards on his 2 first-half carries. Andrew Martinez completing 8 of 16 passes for 96 yards with 2 interceptions in the first half. Donnell with both those interceptions. One was returned 96 yards for a Midwestern State touchdown, helping propel the Mustangs to this 23-point lead. Football at the Sul Ross 24, second down and 11. After a loss of 1, Martinez fakes the handoff, runs left, and picks up 2, maybe 3 yards as he cuts it inside. Donnell was there to help make the tackle, along with Titus Howard, the senior out of Spring. Football is at the 27-yard line of Sul Ross. They face third down and 8. They have converted 4 of their 7 third downs. Price lining up as a slot receiver on the right with Lovano out wide to the right. Oaxaca is in the slot on the left side. Ogunmakin is out wide to the left. Running back out of the backfield goes motion right. Pass to Price at the 33. Caught. Tackled immediately short of a first down by Braden Robinson, the senior out of Red Bluff, California. Makes the tackle at the 33. 2 yards shy of a first down. 4th down and 2. And on to punt is Franco, who had 2 punts, averaging 45.5 yards. Also had a fake punt through an incomplete pass in the first half. Green standing back at his own 39-yard line. It's a low snap, a rugby-style punt. Green backpedaling. Going to run away from the football that got kicked. It was kicked inadvertently by Kai Calicote, who was coming down in coverage and touched it at around the 28-yard line, and that's where Midwestern State takes over 1st and 10 in their own territory, leading Sul Ross 30-7. Well, we got a chance to visit with Michael Meacham at halftime, and the Midwestern State men's soccer team coming away with a 4-1 victory today. The women's soccer team also in action today. They played a 1-1 draw with St. Mary's. We've had all of the action for you right here live on Flow Sports. If you've been with us all day, thank you very much. If you're just now joining us, thank you very much. 12:49 to play the third quarter. It's been all Mustangs. They lead 30-7 over LSC newcomer Sul Ross State. Knable hands off to Devin Cross behind the right side of the line, crashes his way forward to the 30-yard line, picking up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Football is spotted at the 31-yard line. Call it 2nd and 8 for Midwestern. Knable 11 of 16 for 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Has 2 receivers left, a wing on the right, 1 receiver to the boundary short side right. Handing off, running right up the middle is Devin Cross, and he gets stood up as he gets to the 35-yard line. Pushed backwards from there, but forward progress out to the 35. 3rd down and 3 coming up from Midwestern State. We've played just over 3 minutes of the third quarter. The Mustangs lead 30-7. They led 13-0 at the end of the first quarter. Jalen March has been the leading rusher with 39 yards on 9 carries. Midwestern State with over 260 yards of total offense. White is the slot receiver on the right side. 2 receivers left. Knable has time, fires over the middle. The ball comes out. It's an incomplete pass. Bradford landed on it at the 41-yard line. Knable threw it over the middle into a crowd. 4th down coming up for Midwestern State. Dylan Gonzalez comes out to punt for the 2nd time tonight. Had a 46-yard punt earlier. This punt has the return man backpedaling inside the 10-yard line, and Lovano's going to hustle out of bounds at the 19-yard line. That's where Sul Ross State takes over, trailing Midwestern State 30-7 with 11:06 to play here in the third quarter at Memorial Stadium. There's a timeout here at Memorial. We're in Wichita Falls for this Lonestar Conference battle. The Tall Mustangs, Midwestern State 30, Sul Ross State 7.
Are you mild or spicy?
I beg your pardon?
Are you mild or spicy? When you go to Taco Casa.
Taco Casa has the super nachos, tacos, and burritos you want and more. Get your mild or spicy at Taco Casa on Southwest Parkway at Taft and on Maplewood at Lawrence and Wichita Falls and in Vernon.
For a minute there, I thought maybe you were flirting with me.
Taco Casa has lots of
Go Mustangs!
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
From Memorial Stadium, Midwestern State with a 30-7 lead over Sul Ross State. First Lonestar Conference meeting between these two teams. Sul Ross begins this drive at its own 19-yard line. Martinez with a quarterback draw, gets bottled up, has no place to go. Making the tackle is Prosper. Makai Prosper, a defensive end who stands 6'4" and weighs 235 pounds. Making the tackle for Midwestern State. It's a 2-yard loss. Second down and 12 for the Mustangs.
Second and 12 from the 17 for Sul Ross.
Football is at the 17-yard line. 3 receivers wide left. Almost a fumbled handoff, but somehow juggling it with one hand and grabbing it is the quarterback Martinez, who runs left and is stopped at the 18-yard line. Somehow managed to gain a yard out of a busted play. 79 degrees as we play in the third quarter with winds out of the south-southeast at about 10 miles per hour. Third down and 11 for Sul Ross going into the wind. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Mercury got up near 100 today in Wichita Falls. Over the middle, pass intercepted at the 30-yard line. They've already returned 1 for a touchdown tonight. The defense has scored again. Carter Houchin picks off the pass and returns it for a Mustang touchdown. Defense getting 2 scores tonight, and Midwestern State now leads 36-7. Martinez has thrown 3 interceptions now. Carlson tucks it inside the left upright. The extra point is good. And Midwestern State now leads 37-7 after the 34-yard interception return by Houchin. Joining Donnell, who returned 196 yards for a touchdown in the first half. First points of the second half scored by the Midwestern State defense. It's the Mustangs 36, the Sul Ross State Lobos 7, with 9:31 to play in the third quarter at Memorial Stadium in Wichita Falls.
At First Bank, we've been working with families and local businesses to help achieve their goals for generations. Our customers always come first, and that's why they choose us as their local bank. Invested, experienced, and here to stay. First Bank, your goals are our goals.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
We're at Memorial Stadium, and another touchback as Once again, kicking it through the back of the end zone is Mitchell Stokes.
Your Mustangs, 9:31 to play, leading 37.
The drive will begin at the 25-yard line for Sul Ross State. Turnovers have hurt Sul Ross for sure. 3 turnovers have led to 14 points, 2 interception returns for touchdowns. They've been outgained 266 to 166 yards, though Martinez is 9 of 18 for 102 yards passing. Jefferson has led the team in rushing with 25 yards on 3 carries, though it's Martinez who has the most carries, 9 for 22.
First and 10 Lobos, number 25.
Martinez has come out of the game. A change at quarterback. Throwing a pass out to the left side is Tucker Bridwell. Tucker Bridwell, a senior out of Pampa. A transfer from Howard Payne is in at quarterback. So Sul Ross makes the change, down by 30 with 9:13 to play here in the third quarter. Bridwell gets a chest-high snap. Hands off. Carrying the football, Anthony Miranda.
On the carry, number 28, Anthony Miranda Jr.
Miranda carries it to the 32-yard line. From there, 3rd and 3 for Sul Ross. Bridwell making his 5th appearance, has completed 18 of 27 passes for 207 yards with a touchdown. Has not thrown an interception this year. Martinez now with 8 interceptions for the season, 3 of them tonight. Bridwell fires incomplete for Lovano at the 35-yard line along the right hash mark. And covering on the play from Midwestern State was Braden Robinson. Facing 4th and 3, it appears as though the Lobos will punt. Franco tonight, 3 punts, averaging a little more than 43 yards, has a long of 46. Green waits back at his own 41-yard line. Another fake punt. This is the second time he's thrown the ball. This time he completes the pass to Aaron Alagwe. Alagwe across midfield up the left sideline. The fake punt is successful this time.
Aaron Alagwe.
To the Midwestern State 43-yard line.
To the Mustangs 48-yard line.
Kind of floated an incomplete pass on a fake punt in the first quarter. This one lands softly in the hands of Alagwe, a junior out of Georgetown. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. In the backfield is Justin Moon. A deep pass down the left side. They're going to call pass interference or defensive holding here. I believe it's going to be interference. It's not a bad play, even though it will be a penalty. They do call pass interference here on Jaden Plater, the redshirt freshman out of Dallas, who had coverage downfield, but probably kept that from being a touchdown. It's a 15-yard penalty, putting the football at the Midwestern State 28-yard line. So Bridwell has come in and trying to make big plays here. Hogan Macon was the intended receiver on that deep pass. Wants to go deep again. Hit from behind as he throws toward Lovano on the right sideline at the 25-yard line. The pass flutters to the ground. Lovano was being covered by Latrell Tellis, the cornerback, a junior out of Chandler, Arizona. And a late flag thrown by the field judge. Flag is down at the 23-yard line. And it appears as though they're going to mark this off against the Lobos. But We'll check and make sure. We'll get an explanation from Xavier Velasquez. That's called against Midwestern State. James Rodriguez is called for unsportsmanlike conduct, and that puts the football down at the Midwestern State 14-yard line on the left hash mark. That'll put another gray hair or two on the head of Rich Renner. Even though his team's leading 37-7, that kind of thing drives him nuts. Five receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. Bridwell calls for the snap, gets it chest high. 3-step drop, floats one to the back of the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, looking for Oaxaca in the back of the end zone. He was well covered, and the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10 for Sul Ross State. Parks and Lovano in the slot on the right side of the formation. One receiver to the boundary, short side left. Quick pass to Nicholas Lee on the outside, and he's inside the 5 before he's brought down. The first man to get to him was Sergio Medina. That's going to put the football at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal to go for Sul Ross with less than 7 minutes to play. Football's down at the 2. 1st and goal to go. Sul Ross is trailing 37-7, less than 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Sul Ross now with over 200 yards of total offense. Bridwell hands off. And Calicote is unable. Nope, he does. He powers his way in. It's a touchdown. Second effort by Calicote. Has a touchdown on his 5th carry. He's got 19 yards, and that caps an 8-play, 75-yard scoring drive, and Bridwell was a big part of it. Tucker Bridwell, 2 of 5 for 18 yards, but kind of just changed the attitude a little bit in that huddle. Here's the extra point attempt. On the way and good off the right foot of Carlos Areola. So with 6.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter at Memorial Stadium, our new score is Midwestern State 37, Sul Ross State 14.
Buying a new truck, car, or SUV used to be a stressful experience. Not at 4 Stars. We have a great staff of team members that truly pride themselves on giving you an easy and transparent process. Our day begins with a great group of staff truly ready to serve you. Shop us online at 4starsdcjr.com and then give us a call at 940-538-4400. Then drop by and visit us in Henrietta, Texas. You'll be greeted by a professional group that will make it a quick and easy buying process. This group is committed to your community, and they move quick and fast to make the experience enjoyable. I'm Kelly Strasser, owner of 4 Stars, and I'm proud to have each and every one of these team members as part of our 4 Stars family. We want to earn your business and respect. Before you buy, allow us to prove that we can give you the best service and the best price. 4 Stars Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Midwestern State with a 37-14 lead over Sul Ross State, but the Lobos have just gone on an 8-play, 75-yard drive that took 3:01 off the 3rd quarter clock. And Kai Calicote scored on a 2-yard run. Areola added the extra point. And the Lobos, who scored 7 points in the 2nd quarter, have 7 in the 3rd, trailing 37-14. Ariola kicking off. Right-footed kicker with a little chip shot. Bounced at the 40 and grabbed on a hop at the 38-yard line by an up man from Midwestern State. It was grabbed by Kristen Alaji, who's a running back by trade, so he's got good hands. Grabs hold of it, gets out of bounds. Midwestern State gets reasonably good field position with 6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter, leading 37-14. Andrew Knable stays in at quarterback. He's 11 of 17 for 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Has thrown touchdown passes to Trilla and Green tonight. 2 tight ends shift from the right to the left side of the formation. 2 receivers split out to the right side. It's a handoff to Jalen March, who's got the ball in his right hand, and as he gets to the line of scrimmage, he is met by Cameron Dickerson out of Denver. The 6'2 grad student makes the tackle, bearing March at the 38-yard line. No gain, brings up 2nd down and 10 for Midwestern State. Johnson and White, the 2 receivers on the left side of the formation. 2 receivers to the right. Green split out wide to the right. White goes in motion left to right. Back to pass is Knable, throws underneath. And the catch is made, but White's got no place to go. He's wrapped up by Brendan Martin, the junior out of San Antonio Wagner. It's Trilla who made that catch. And Trilla, a diminutive wide receiver, got manhandled, but gets forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so no loss on the play. It's 3rd down and 10. 2 receivers on each side. Knable steps back, looks toward the sideline. Midwestern State just 5 of 8 on 3rd down now. They've been pretty good on 3rd down tonight, especially early in the game. Knable a little frantic as the play clock is slipping away, and it is going to be delay a game. No, well, they got false start before they got delay a game. Fullerunzo called for the false start, so it'll be 3rd down and 15. Midwestern State converted in a similar situation in the first half. Johnson and White, the 2 receivers to the short side. Trilla's in a slot on the left, Green out wide left. White comes in motion right to left. March stays in to block at running back, now goes out on the route, and the pass is intended for March, who reached up with the left hand, couldn't pull it in, deflects it, it falls to the ground incomplete near the 33-yard line, and Midwestern State is punting the ball with 4:35 to play in the third quarter, leading Sul Ross State 37-14. Dylan Gonzalez comes in to punt. Gonzalez has been averaging 52 yards a punt tonight. This is his 3rd punt of the game. Gonzalez gets off another good punt, gets a favorable roll, fielded at the 22-yard line on a bounce. The return man is out of bounds at the 26. So Sul Ross starts this drive with 4:27 to play in the third quarter at its own 26-yard line. Sul Ross State here in the third quarter has 52 total yards. They have 212 yards of offense altogether. Bridwell backpedals off his back foot, throws deep left, and the pass incomplete, looking for Oaxaca. The sophomore out of El Paso is overthrown, running a go route down the left sideline. 4:22 to play in the third. Midwestern State with a 37-14 lead. Second down and 10. Sul Ross at its own 24 with the ball on the left hash mark. Jefferson is the running back for Sul Ross. They've got 3 receivers to the left side, including Liam Lowe, a redshirt freshman out of Houston, who's the inside slot receiver. Handoff Jefferson up the middle, carries it to the 27-yard line outside the left hash mark. Gets brought down and in on that tackle for Midwestern State was Mekhi Prosper. It's a gain of about 5, 3rd and 5 for Sul Ross. Mustangs with 4 down linemen all in a 3-point stance. Bridwell puts 3 receivers to his right, throws over the middle, incomplete, firing a fastball in the direction of C.J. Parks, the senior from Los Angeles out of Mater Dei High School, transferred in from Missouri Western State. The incomplete pass brings up 4th down. And it appears as though Sul Ross will punt. They have faked it twice with Jacob Franco, 1 incomplete pass. Completed 1 pass. He's out of Odessa Permian. Gets a high snap. Punts this one. Fair catch called for by Green, who fields a sidewinding line drive at the 39-yard line and goes down. Mustangs will bring the offense on the field with 3:27 to play in the third, leading Sul Ross State 37-14. Andrew Knable is 12 of 19 for 180 yards with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. In fact, Midwestern State has not turned the ball over. They've had the football for about 19 and a half minutes tonight with 266 yards of total offense. They've rushed for 86 yards, marched with 39 yards on 10 carries, crossed 27 yards on 7 carries, and it's Cross moving over to the right side of Knable, taking the handoff on 1st and 10. Cross runs left to the 45. He's to the 50 and grabbed around the belt and brought down as he gets into Sul Ross territory. The tackle is made by Evian Thompson, the sophomore out of San Antonio's East Central High School. Came to Sul Ross from Southern Nazarene. Makes the tackle at the 49 of the Lobos. 1st and 10, Midwestern State. Cross picking up 12 yards. 2:55 to play in the third. Clock running. Mustangs leading 37-14. Handoff to Cross. On a little counter, Cross gets it close to the 46-yard line. Push backwards from there. In on that stop for Sul Ross was Mekhi Harris out of Cedar Hill. Football is going to be placed down at the 46-yard line in Sul Ross territory. 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs, who have 281 yards of total offense. Run up the middle. Jalen March has tacklers bouncing off of him as he runs between the hash marks and gets it to the 37-yard line for another Midwestern State first down. Their 14th first down of the game comes with 1:45 to play in the third. Mustangs trying to run that clock with a 37-14 lead. Green and white come to the left side of the formation. 1 receiver to the right, that's Bradford. Knable trying to throw right, has his pass batted down by Tamir Bullock, the linebacker from Turlock, California, coming in on the rush. Put his hands up and batted the pass down. 2nd and 10 for Midwestern State at the Lobos 37-yard line. Trilla's going to be the slot receiver on the right side, with Green out wide to the right, Bradford wide to the left. Pass out to Bradford. White throwing a block out in front of him. He gets as far as the 34-yard line and then gets pushed backwards. Making the tackle for Sol Ross was Thompson. Midwestern State gets to the 33 where they've spotted the ball. It's another 3rd down. Mustangs 5 of 9 on 3rd down tonight. Call it 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs. White, Trilla, and Green to the wide side. Bradford to the boundary, short side left. March, the running back, running a wheel route, catches the ball at the 35. He's out of bounds at the 32. He gets to the 31, but well short of a 1st down. Needs to get to the 28-yard line, gets only to the 31. Probably needs to get closer to the 27. Call it 4th and 4. Carlson from the left hash mark will attempt a 48-yard field goal. Colin Haynes is the deep snapper. Gonzalez will spot it. Carlson's kick is on the way. Appears to have the distance, and it has the accuracy. 37-14. Now 40-14 as Carlson hits the field goal with 20 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Seven-play, 30-yard scoring drive took 3:07. Joseph Carlson hitting a 48-yard field goal for Midwestern State. Carlson had hit a 27-yarder earlier tonight.
Joseph Carlson for 3 from 48 yards. Your Mustangs on top, 40-14. 20 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. 3. It's a magic number.
Carlson is now 11 of 12 on field goal attempts. He's 5 for 6 in that 40 to 49 yard range. Kickoff is going to sail into the end zone and be down 3 yards deep by Oaxaca. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Lobos will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
The longest field goal of the year was against Western Colorado, a 49-yarder. A 48-yarder matches one of the 5 field goals he had at Eastern New Mexico 2 weeks ago. Missed a 46-yarder last week. Or actually, that was against Permian Basin. The last home game, he missed a 46-yarder. That's the only miss he's had this year. On 1st and 10, a deep pass down the left side is caught. Making the catch is Ogun Macon in Midwestern State territory, all the way down to the 31-yard line. A 44-yard pass completion on 1st down. Sol Ross came into the game tonight as the 2nd best passing team in the Lonestar Conference. They had thrown for 1,220 yards, averaging over 7 yards an attempt, and better than 12.5 yards per completion. had 11 passing touchdowns coming in, 2 more than their opponents. And with Bridwell coming in, calling the signals, they're once again throwing the ball well. And as we head to the fourth quarter, Sul Ross is in Midwestern State territory, but trailing the Mustangs 40-14. This is Midwestern State football live on Flo Sports.
United Regional Sports Medicine provides athletic training services to help athletes perform at peak condition and avoid injuries. But if an injury does occur, we'll provide quick access to top sports medicine physicians for injury diagnosis and treatment. Our goal is your goal, to get you back to your sport safely and as quickly as possible. Be in the game again with United Regional Sports Medicine.
I've seen a lot of Texas out on the open road, from up in Amarillo down to San Antonio. No matter where I travel, one thing remains the same. Everybody loves Ford here in the Lonestar State. Ford is the best in Texas.
Bridwell throws an incomplete pass on 2nd down and 10 at the Midwestern State 31. Bridwell throwing to the right boundary. That's the first play of the fourth quarter. Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Lobos. Lobos with a touchdown in each of the last 2 quarters. Pass to the right side. That's complete at the 30-yard line. Tackle broken. And then a shoestring tackle brings down the receiver, Landon Drake, who's a 6'1", 214-pound sophomore tight end out of San Antonio. A rugged runner. Gets it to the 26-yard line. Getting some tough yards after catch. So it's 3rd down and 5. A gain of 5. Out of the pistol. Play action, pass right. Caught at the 1st down marker. Inside the 20. Park carries it inside the 10. He had Mustangs draped all over him. It gets to the 8-yard line, and it's 1st and goal to go. Park's a 5'11 senior, 190 pounds out of Los Angeles. Tackled on the play by Jermaine Witherspoon, but not until he got to the 9-yard line. First and goal to go for the Lobos, who are down 40-14. Bridwell brings a man in motion right to left out of the slot on the right side. Throws to the left corner of the end zone, complete for a touchdown. Lovano caught it, but is dragged down and appears to be injured. It was Yamil Oaxaca out of El Paso who made the catch. It looks like he's got some sort of issue with his arm. The training staff coming to check on him. He's in pain for sure. Threw off his helmet immediately after he made the catch, almost before the officials could signal touchdown. So the training staff for both teams is taking a look at the 6'1" wide receiver who transferred to Sul Ross from UTEP. And there's a timeout here at Memorial Stadium. Midwestern State's got a 40-20 lead. There's an extra point coming up. Oaxaca's being helped off the field.
Lobos 10-yard touchdown pass.
(40-20), Midwestern State leads, and here comes the extra point for Sol Ross.
On to attempt the extra point for the Lobos.
Ariola leans back, then takes a couple steps toward his left. The snap is delivered, the ball's placed down, and a flag is thrown. False start. Called against Sol Ross, moving the Lobos back 5 yards. We're not quite 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Midwestern State has seen their lead cut to 20, could be 19 after this point after attempt. As Sol Ross went 75 yards in just 5 plays, took only 201. Oaxaca injured after catching the 9-yard touchdown pass from Tucker Bridwell, who's been kind of impressive since coming in, completing 6 of 12 passes for 93 yards with a touchdown, no interceptions, and that was the bugaboo for Martinez, who was 9 of 18 for 102 yards. He threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which got returned for Midwestern State touchdowns, and boy, are those big plays when you look at it now, as Midwestern State leads 40-21. Without those 2 plays, all things being equal, this would be just a 5-point game. But as it is, the Mustangs lead by 19 with more than 13 minutes to play. We're in the fourth quarter at Memorial Stadium. This is Midwestern State football.
Time to try some Golden Chick. These are our famous Wicked Wings. 6 wings in a roll for just $6.99. Or make it a combo for $8.99.
Got to be good for my money. Perfect.
I don't actually love wings, but these are really good.
It's nice and juicy.
How's the spice for you?
I like that.
Yeah? When it's this spicy, you need something icy. Get a 24-ounce cherry, blue raspberry, or Dr. Pepper icy for just $2.99.
They love it. We've made some new fans.
Spread the word. We will.
Whether on the field or on the grill, nobody does game day better than you. The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef is Rancher's Reserve. It's USDA Choice All Angus beef, so it's more tender, juicy, and flavorful. And that means it's sure to be the talk of your tailgate. Nothing says go team like a tailgate done right. So fire up your grill, tailgaters. We'll see you on game day. Rancher's Reserve, available at Market Street and United Supermarkets, where we do beef the best.
13-19 to play. Midwestern State 40, Sol Ross State 21. Sol Ross now has a touchdown in each of the last 3 quarters after they were down 13-0 at the end of the first quarter. Sol Ross got a 21-yard run from Martinez late in the second quarter to get on the board after falling behind 27-0. They were down 27-7. Would score again on an 8-play, 75-yard drive. Calico with a 2-yard touchdown run, making it 37-14, and now Oaxaca catching a 9-yard touchdown pass, capping off a 5-play, 75-yard drive. The kickoff bounces inside the 10 and is down by Devin Cross.
Kicked down by Devin Cross. Mustangs will take over. 1st and 10.
So the football is going to be spotted at the 12-yard line. Ball was fielded on a bounce, not in the air, so it doesn't come out like a touchback inside the 20-yard line. This drive begins at the 8-yard line for Midwestern State. I mean, there's still 13-18 to play. Mustangs could use some more points here. They're up 19, but I think they'd like to accomplish two things on this drive. Run a bunch of time off the clock and put another touchdown on the board and take Sol Ross out of their misery here. Elijah going up the middle, carrying it for almost 7 yards. Call it a 6-yard gain, make it 2nd down and 4. Brock Boutte is the receiver out to the right. Cross running right. Cross breaking a tackle, getting close to the 20-yard line before he is pushed backwards by a bevy of Lobos. And it is a Midwestern State first down at the 20-yard line. Nesmith is the receiver out wide to the left. One receiver to the boundary short side right. Slot receiver on the left side. Handoff cross up the middle. Crashes into 3 Lobos after getting to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 8 for Midwestern State. It was Alaji on that carry for Midwestern State, picking up 2 yards. Cross is back in the game now. Simeon Sims is in as a wide receiver for Midwestern State. Handoff cross, big opening on the left side. He's to the 30, grabbed by the shoulder and pulled to the ground at the 37-yard line, picking up first down yardage for Midwestern State. That's a 15-yard gain for Devin Cross. That's his longest run of the night. In fact, it's the longest run for Midwestern State tonight. Football's at the 36-yard line. Midwestern State has now rushed for 86 yards in this game. Knable's thrown for 186 yards. Up the middle to the 40-yard line, Devin Cross picking up another 4 or 5 yards. Check the running totals for Midwestern State. They have run now for 138 yards, making 142 after that Devin Cross 4-yard gain that makes it 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line. Knable hands off. And once again, it's Christian Alaji, 6'2", 235-pound junior out of Baytown, Texas, running up the middle, stopped at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Mustangs. Knable checking with the sideline, and the clock running down to 9:45. This drive started with 13:18 to play in the 4th quarter, and this drive started back at the 8-yard line for Midwestern State, so they convert the 3rd down here. They can run another 2 or 3 minutes off the clock. Elijah's got the handoff, but he doesn't get the first down. He stopped at the 46-yard line. Man, he's going to be close where the linesman is marking it. Midwestern State's offensive line saying, move those chains, please. It did not look initially like he was going to get there, but on second effort, surged to the 46. They put the nose of the football just shy of the 46-yard line, which is the line to gain. We might get a measurement here. We don't get many of these anymore. And it doesn't look like they're bringing the chains out here. They're saying it's 4th and inches. My guess is Rich Renner's going to try to pick this up here. Keep the football, run some more time off the clock. Should be able to convert this. You only need inches.
On 4th and a foot.
Paul Ledette will deliver the snap to Knable out of the shotgun. Pitch right. First down. As getting forced out of bounds was the running back, Elijah. Knable made that a little more nerve-wracking than need be because he could have easily have just picked up the first down himself, but decided to pitch it backwards. But Elijah was able to get forward up to the 48-yard line. It's a first down for Midwestern State as they convert 4th down for the first time tonight. They had been 0 for 1. Give to Jalen March. March breaking tackles, getting to the 46-yard line of Sul State. Jalen March with his 12th carry of the game. Picks up 6 yards. March now with 54 yards on the ground. His longest run has been for 11 yards. You got a feeling one of these backs is going to break a really long run. Nobody's had one of more than 14. That was Cross, who's got 60 yards on 11 carries tonight. Here's 2nd down and 4. Here's Jalen March looking for some blocks. Doesn't get any help at all. And the Lobos converge on him at the 45-yard line as he runs right. And among the first on the scene was Quincy Blair, a senior out of Missouri City. So another 3rd down coming up for Midwestern State, which is 5 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. And let me correct something I said a moment ago. Midwestern State is 1 for 1 on 4th down. That was their first 4th down attempt of the game. Trenner pacing on the sidelines, the first-year head coach, hoping to get his 3rd win here tonight. False start going to be called here against Midwestern State. I think it's going to be Terrell Davis, the 6'3 sophomore offensive lineman out of Allen. They didn't teach him that in Allen. 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 50-yard line. Call it 3rd down and 8. Simeon Sims, one of 3 receivers to the wide side. Knable back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws incomplete. The pass was intended for Isaiah Nesmith. 4th down and 8 from the 50. Here comes the punting unit. Well, Midwestern State was successful running time off the clock on that drive. The drive started with just over 13 minutes to play. There's 6:47 to play now. They ran 11 plays for 42 yards. Mustangs now punting. Gonzalez punting for the 4th time tonight, averaging 50 yards a punt. This one will go out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So Sul Ross is going to start this drive at its own 14-yard line with 6:40 to play, trailing 40-21. Second time tonight that Gonzalez has pinned the Lobos inside the 20 with a punt. Probably, I mean, he's had some really good nights punting the football, but this has been one of the best. 4 punts, 46.5 yards. 1 for over 50 yards. Inside the 20 a couple times. Play action. Bridwell running out of time. Pocket collapsing all around him. He steps up and is brought down at the 10-yard line, and then penalty flags fly well after the whistle.
And on the stop of the Mustangs, number 19, Brady Robinson.
Prosper was the guy that got shoved at the end of that play. Now let's see if they saw it the same way down on the field.
Dead ball, personal foul, offense number 64. Half the distance to the goal, still 1st down.
Personal foul is called against Dalen Stanton, freshman for Sol Ross. It's a dead ball penalty, so it'll be second down as the football is pushed back to the 6-yard line. Less than 6.5 minutes to play. Midwestern State leads Sol Ross 40-21. Sol Ross with the football. Lobos have Justin Moon in the game as an H-back on the right side. 2 receivers right, 1 left, play action pass. Bridwell in the end zone. Back to pass, rolling right, running to the goal line, to the 5-yard line, throws it away. He's outside the tackle box. Threw it beyond the line of scrimmage. There's no intentional grounding. With 6:18 to play. 3rd and long coming up for Sol Ross. On 3rd down tonight, Sol Ross is 5 of 12. Same as Midwestern State, by the way. 6:18 remaining in the game. Bridwell passing out of his own end zone, incomplete. The receiver was just a step beyond the goal line. Had to climb the ladder to try to catch it. Couldn't pull it down. The pass too high, hits the ground at around the 5-yard line. Facing 4th and 15. The punting unit comes on the field. Franco has already punted 4 times, averaged almost 41 yards a punt. This one delivered out of the back of the end zone. It's a line drive punt, fielded by Green at midfield, runs up the middle to the right hash mark, inside the 30, breaks a tackle, 25-20, 10-5, touchdown. There's flags down at the 11-yard line, probably coming back. Flag at the 8 and a flag at the 11. And another flag down on the field as well. Whatever happened, every official in the house saw it. It's a holding penalty on Marcus Mason. Well, Midwestern State won't get the touchdown, but they will get the football at the 20-yard line and have a chance to run some of the 5:55 off the clock here, leading 40-21. Expecting Midwestern State to just run the ball here. Cross has rushed for 60. March has run for 55. Elijah has 22 yards rushing. Knable's completed 14 of 23 passes for 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no turnovers for Midwestern State tonight. A high snap grabbed by Knable, and Knable is going to be wrapped up in the backfield by Victor Villa, a junior defensive end out of El Paso, a transfer from Oklahoma Panhandle State. Oklahoma Panhandle State was here at Memorial Stadium one night several years ago, and it rained like I've never seen before. Midwestern State had a huge lead in that game at the end, and they just suspended the game. Sometimes you finish those games in Denton, but not that night. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. It's a quick little swing pass out to Devin Cross, who is brought down with an ankle tackle at the 25-yard line. Midwestern State had a game against Commerce where a thunderstorm rolled through, and the second half of that game was played Sunday afternoon in Denton. Commerce ended up winning that game as Midwestern State missed a potential game-winning field goal at the very end of the contest. We've had some stormy nights, but this one has turned into a really beautiful night. Temperatures in the high 70s. As we play with 4.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, Midwestern State up 40-21. It was an unseasonably hot day here in Wichita Falls, but pretty comfortable night. Pass underneath, caught by White, and White is pulled down at the 22-yard line. The tackle is made by Tamir Bullock.
Fourth down for the Mustangs.
Doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage, and Midwestern State is facing 4th and 12. Rich Ritter making the right decision brings Carlson into the game. This will be a 39-yard field goal. Punter Diego Gonzalez is the holder. Colin Haynes is the deep snapper. Timeout taken, I believe, before the snap. Sol Ross calls the timeout. It's their first. There's 3:42 to play in the game. Midwestern State leads 40-21. Well, if you've been with us nearly 11 hours today, thank you very much. Our day started at 11 o'clock this morning live on Flow Sports with the Midwestern State women's soccer team playing a 1-1 draw against St. Mary's. We follow that up with a men's game. Mustangs beating Oklahoma Christian 4-1. And now the Midwestern State Gridiron football team has a 40-21 lead over Sol Ross with 3:42 to play. And we're right back here next week with Angelo State hosting Midwestern State. Angelo State visiting Midwestern State for homecoming. That's what I'm trying to say. Gonzalez holds. Carlson kicks. It spins end over end. And he misses it wide right. Carlson way to the right. Still a 19-point lead for Midwestern State, 40-21. Football is going to be placed down at the 22-yard line. So Ross will have Liam Lowe lined up as a slot receiver on the right side. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Bridwellson's coming in as 6 of 14 for 93 yards with a touchdown. Completing 43% of his passes so far. Drops back under pressure, rolls right. Buys time, throws deep. Pass is caught at the 40-yard line, surviving a big collision. Going up to make the catch for Sol Ross was Ogun Macon, the senior wide receiver from Alif Hastings, a transfer from Stephen F. Austin. The Lumberjack, once upon a time, gets cut down at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Sol Ross. Parks is the slot receiver on the right. Ogun Macon is out. On the left. Ogun Macon is out wide to the left, and then also coming in as a slot receiver on the left side is Liam Lowe, leaving Lovano as the lone receiver on the right side. Running back is lined up to the right of Bridwell, who gets a belt-high snap, drops back to pass. Feels pressure and goes down. Midwestern State sacking the quarterback. That's Titus Howard. That's 4 sacks tonight for Midwestern State. They had 2 last week. They double that. So if you had the over on the sack total, you cash a winning ticket tonight. Pass underneath. Caught at the 35-yard line. Vicente Lovano, the senior wide receiver out of San Diego. That's San Diego, Texas, making the catch. Probably not as sad in San Diego, Texas, as they were last night in San Diego, California, when the Padres got beat by the Dodgers in Game 5, 1-0. Third down and 15 at the 35. Midwestern State with a 19-point lead, timeout on the field. Wednesday night, the Midwestern State men's soccer team in action, looking for a 4th straight win as they host Dallas Baptist at Stang Park. Hope to see you there at 7 o'clock, but if you can't be there, you can always see the action live on Flow Sports. And then we're here next Saturday night for homecoming week. There's a Las Vegas theme this year, I believe, for homecoming. You can bet it's going to be great. Football at the 35-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout, in case you're wondering. Midwestern State has outgained Sul Ross 341 yards to 301. Mustangs have thrown for 190. The Lobos have thrown for 240. Franco, the punter's got 25 yards passing tonight. Bridwell's thrown for 113, and Martinez threw for 102. Bridwell's completed 50% of his passes. And Martinez was 9 of 18. Bridwell 8 of 16. Big difference is Bridwell hasn't thrown an interception, has thrown a touchdown, and Martinez had 3 interceptions, 2 returned for touchdowns by Midwestern State. Bridwell drops back. Here comes pressure, and he nearly threw an interception here. Probably should have been picked off by Ezra Davidson. Pressure was coming from the backside. Bridwell had to rush the throw. Davidson had it go through his hands after Bridwell felt the pressure coming from Jordan Crawford. 4th and 15 at the 35. Lobos have nothing to lose. They're lining up to go for it with 1:55 to play. Bridwell is back to pass. Throws over the middle. Incomplete. The pass falls short of Liam Lowe, who sprawls on the ground in a desperate attempt to make the catch, but had no chance. And that probably would not have been a first down even if he had made the catch. They needed to pick up 15. So they fail on 4th down for the second time tonight. They're 1 for 3 on 4th down.
I award you no points.
Knable bringing the Midwestern State offense onto the field. Football at the Sul Ross 35-yard line, and Midwestern State goes into victory formation here. Mustangs led 13-0 at the end of the first quarter. Went on to take a 27-0 lead after Knable threw a 27-yard touchdown pass to DeMonte Green. He started the night by throwing a 28-yard touchdown pass to Trilla. That was a 9-play, 76-yard drive that took 5:07 as Midwestern State, for the second week in a row, scored on their opening possession. Knable scored on an 8-yard run late in the first quarter, capping a 9-play, 50-yard drive that took almost 5 minutes. A long drive for Sul Ross ended with Donnell picking off a pass at his own 4-yard line and returning it 96 yards for a touchdown to give the Mustangs a 20-0 lead with 8:53 to play in the second. And then with 3:13 to play in the second, Green caught a 27-yard touchdown pass, having a 7-play, 61-yard drive that took a little more than 3 minutes. That made it 27-0. Martinez ended a 6-play, 65-yard drive for Sul Ross with a 21-yard touchdown run, making it 27-7 at the 1:02 mark of the second quarter. Before the half ended, Carlson kicked a 27-yard field goal. Midwestern State led at intermission 30-7 and then went up 37-7 when Houchin returned an interception thrown by Martinez, 34 yards for a score at 9:31 of the third. And that's when the quarterback change was made. An 8-play, 75-yard drive with 6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Calico going on a 2-yard run to make it 37-14. With 20 seconds to play in the third quarter, Carlson hit a 48-yard field goal, ending a 7-play, 30-yard drive for Midwestern State. They were up 40-14, and here in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, Oaxaca caught a 9-yard touchdown pass from Bridwell, who led the Lobos on a 5-play, 75-yard drive that took 2:01, and it stayed 40-21 throughout the rest of the fourth quarter. Midwestern State outgaining Sul Ross 335 yards to 301. Knable 16-25 for 190 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cross runs for 60 on 11 carries. March 55 yards on 13 carries. Elijah ran for 22 yards on 6 carries for MSU. Jefferson turned out to be the leading rusher tonight for Sul Ross. On just 4 carries, he had 29 yards. Martinez ran it 9 times for 22 yards, including a 21-yard touchdown run. Calico had 19 yards on 5 carries. Bridwell was 8 of 18 for 113 yards with 1 touchdown. Martinez 9 of 18 for 102 yards. Franco, the punter, threw twice on 4th down with fake punts. He did complete a pass for 25 yards, converting one of those. They were 1 for 3 on 4th down. Midwestern State was 1 for 1. On 4th down, both teams were 5 of 14. Midwestern State had the football for more than 33 minutes, and Sul Ross had it for just under 27 minutes tonight. 3 turnovers led to 14 points for Midwestern State. 2 interceptions returned for scores. Those proved to be huge plays tonight as Midwestern State wins by 19, 40-21. Could have been a much different game. The defense got 4 sacks and had 8 tackles for loss tonight, making it tough on Sul Ross, but give Sul Ross credit, they still found a way to get over 300 yards of total offense. Midwestern State, 335 yards of offense tonight. The Mustangs do not score in the fourth quarter, but come away with a 40-21 victory tonight as they led 30-7 at halftime and added 10 points in the third. We hope to visit with Rich Renner as we'll bring you the Bud Light postgame show. This is Midwestern State football. We're live on Flow Sports.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Football Edition. This is how you say, game tonight. Bring Bud Light. Fantasy fees are due. That's it for today.
Brewed with no corn syrup. Bud Light, crisp. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
At First Bank, we've been working with families and local businesses to help achieve their goals for generations. Our customers always come first, and that's why they choose us as their local bank. Invested, experienced, and here to stay. First Bank, your goals are our goals.
At Orthopedics Express, our primary focus is delivering exceptional care to patients with orthopedic injuries, such as sprains, strains, broken bones, and joint pain. You'll receive the expert care you need when you need it most. Simply walk in or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Located inside the Center for Advanced Orthopedics, Orthopedics Express is your fast track to orthopedic care.
Hey football fans, leave the Hail Marys for the game and go for the sure thing when it comes to satisfying your craving. When you pick up Raisin Canes for game day, all you have to worry about is the score, because we've got the food covered with fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Our chicken fingers are always hand battered and cooked to order, so no matter the score, you'll always win. Raisin Canes chicken fingers, one love.
Back here at Memorial Stadium, I'm Pete Stein. Glad you could be with us tonight as Midwestern State defeats Sul Ross State 40-21. Midwestern State never trailed in this game, scored in the opening possession for the second straight week. Midwestern State, with the victory tonight, is now 3-3 overall, 2-2 in the Lonestar Conference. Sul Ross falls to 1-5. And as a new member of the Lonestar Conference, they have fallen to 0-4 in conference play. Western Oregon whipped Eastern New Mexico in Monmouth today, 49-20. Angelo State annihilated Texas A&M Kingsville, and it's the Rams who will be here on Saturday night for homecoming. Remember, Kingsville handled Midwestern State last week 40-13, so the Rams will be a handful for the Mustangs, who beat Sul Ross State tonight 40-21. Western New Mexico and West Texas playing tonight at West Texas A&M. The Western New Mexico Mustangs trailing with 7:54 to play in that game, 42-17. And UT Permian Basin is taking on Central Washington. Midwestern State will see the Wildcats in Ellensburg coming up in a couple of weeks. And right now, the Falcons are trailing at Central Washington at the end of the third quarter. It is 13-7 at Tomlinson Stadium, and Midwestern State can tell you what a tough place that is to play. They've taken a couple of losses there already in Central Washington's brief time here in the Lone Star Conference. Sul Ross State is the newest member of the Lone Star Conference, visiting Midwestern State tonight. And Sul Ross had some moments in this game. They came in with the second-best passing offense in the Lone Star Conference, and at times tonight they were able to throw it, especially when Bridwell came in. Completed 8 of 18 passes, running 13 yards. Martinez threw the ball okay, but threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns. Sul Ross throwing for 240 yards of their 301 yards of total offense tonight. They came in 4th in offensive efficiency. Martinez had thrown for over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns coming into the game. In fact, this was an offense that was 4th in the conference in total offense. And Oaxaca, who unfortunately left the game injured after catching a touchdown pass, came in with 31 catches for 379 yards. And Oaxaca tonight had the 2 catches for 15 yards, including a touchdown. Ogamakin came in with over 300 yards receiving. He had 4 catches for 90 yards tonight, so he's a little over 400 yards receiving now. So Sul Ross now 6-7 in the all-time series with Midwestern State. These two teams first played back in 1946. The first meeting was in Alpine, and then they didn't play again until 1988. And that season, Sul Ross had 2 wins over Midwestern State, which has won now 4 of the last 5 meetings. Before tonight, they had last played in 1996, and at Jackson Field, the Lobos beat the Mustangs 14-13. They had not been here in Wichita Falls in 29 years. Midwestern State shut them out here 29 years ago, 28-0. Tonight they win 40-21. We mentioned that it's homecoming for Midwestern State next week. It's also homecoming for Sul Ross. They'll be playing Western New Mexico, and they'll be playing for the Golden Tumbleweed Trophy next week. So Sul Ross and Western New Mexico beginning a new tradition in the Lone Star Conference. Looks like the Mustangs are going to have their hands full with an Angelo State team that, with that win tonight over Texas A&M Kingsville, handed Kingsville their first loss in conference play. Kingsville's now 4-2 overall, 3-1 in conference. Angelo State is 4-2. and they're 4-0 in the LSC. Central Washington with a win over Permian Basin would be